Oh, click that like button, will you? Okay, let's see. I got to set this up. So I'm putting a link over in the Facebook group. Bear with me. There's a YouTuber. There should be a link for the YouTuber coin community group below the video here. Okay, let's see. Talking about there we go. I'm going to post that. I'm going to post a link to this. Okay, I'm going to take the invite. I'm going to copy. There we go. I've copied the link to this stream, and that is in the Facebook group. And jump on in. There we go. That's in. All right, good. That's part 2. And then I'm going to post it over here in the chat. There. Jump on in if you like. I see listeners here. I'm talking about right now. Let's see if we can find the screen. Oh gosh, this is so hard. Where are you? There's me. There's my desk. It needs cleaning up. Screen. Here we go. All right, we started this up a little while ago, not too long ago. But the idea has been out there forever. I went back and watched CJ's show, and there's a link on the bottom here. Dude, I got all kinds of notes from that show. I got to say I agree with him on everything. And we talked about it, let's see, 9 days ago. 113, yeah, on a brainstorming. The whole idea is we got a bunch of channels, and look what's happened already. Anybody make a short video? Well, the idea was to do a short video. I don't have it in me. But offer tips for new collectors. We got Blues, Bill 457, Cheapskate, Mantic Coins, Jeff Stanley, myself, Ballad of Janine, who have already put in, some videos into this. And it's real simple, right? Simple directions. There you go. If you're a producer, well, make a video for tips for new collectors. Short is good. Long, well, just as good. Add a hashtag right here, tips for new collectors. You're going to see it right below the description of this video. Okay, and give up some good tips. Viewers, you can create a playlist on your own channel, right? Include as many of those videos as you like. And for everybody, share the links in your social networks. So we got some support systems. We got this here document, and we're starting to, because we're getting more shows, we're starting to index the darn things. Okay. We got the show list. Let's see. Here's a list of potential subjects. If you can't think of nothing, dude, there's some stuff to talk about. We can add to that. And the about, which is pretty simple. Not a whole lot to it. Okay. So there's the videos. Let me see if anybody's jumped in. No, nobody has jumped in. Look at this. I'm the only one here. How come? Grab that link right there. This link over here. It says StreamYard, and click it. And you'll be right here. You'll be famous. Huh? Okay. Let me look around here a bit, see if I forgot something. This page looks right. This page looks right. Oh, there's half a dozen people watching. The whole idea here is to put out some ideas, some hints, some suggestions, recommendations, things that new collectors would appreciate. And I've lost my place. Here it is again. Tips for new collectors. And any channel can get involved in this. This is a community project, right? It's a collaborative effort. You don't have to like the other people either. You just have to put up some good quality content explaining some aspect of the hobby. Maybe perhaps how to handle coins, right? How to store coins. Let's see, here's home. So we can show them, pick up the coin by the edges instead of holding it like this, because, well, one, you can't see the darn thing, and two, you get your fingerprints all over the coin. Hold it by the edges. Aha. This one I'll be okay holding it like that because, it's already circulating more now, so I'm not going to hurt it none. But try to hold them by the edges, especially if you've been eating a greasy hamburger. Aha. So, what if we put together a pretty extensive library? Let me turn this up. A bunch of channels that have put up a bunch of videos, and we can catalog these videos. We can put them all in one single document, And the link is down below for that. Let's see if I can get to the screen again. So the link should be, where's YouTube? I don't know where it is. There, it should be down here, right there, the Google Doc listing of the shows. And if you click on this link right here, it'll take you to this document where we have the videos listed, right? The channel, the title, try to put in a short, explanation of what's going on. I run mine a little long. Mantic ran his a little long. Let me copy that and paste it up here. There we go. There, but new people, new collectors can come in and, well, just watch every darn one of them if they like, or they can look for something in particular. Or we've got an index where people can look up, oh, here's something about nickels, right? So we'll probably see Jeff Stanley in here. Or here's something about $50, and there's Ballad of Janine. Or here's something about buying coins. Kind of nifty. I could probably add Cheapskates video in there. Let's insert one here. Go get Cheapskates. Where'd he go? Right here. And I'll copy those. So we're able to put together an index. There. Now, if there's a subject you want to hear more about or watch more about, you can look up the subject. Ideally, this is going to be a bear keeping up with this as more people get involved. But we got the best part of a half a dozen videos either made or on the way. Blues has a couple more he's going to put together. Let's see. Grading and values, PCGS coin prices, and quick links. Looks like he's going to put in the 1 Million Pennies project. Yep. So we'll get that going. Nobody's in yet? Well, click on that link on the bottom, and we'll just yuck it up. How do we get new collectors deeper into the hobby? How do we get new people into the hobby? And once they're in, how do we get them information, useful, good quality information, where they can learn? Geez, even if it's, the basic stuff, get back to the basics is what we're trying to do with this project. If we can do this, geez, what we're doing is digitizing the hobby. We're taking it from print, books, YouTube posts, static posts, taking it from the articles here, and we're putting it now on screen live, people talking, and the ability to show coins live adds a fantastic new dimension to the hobby. Gosh, we can take a look at coins live. We can explain them. We can show you why it's no good or why it's really good. There you go. Where we got them, what they're worth, what's exciting. Tell you the history about all this stuff. Like, why do we have olive branches, right? What's going on with the eagle here? Why do we have arrows on one side and what is this? Tea leaves on the other, olive leaves on the other. Okay, peace and war, that sort of thing. Explain the history about, the design. Explain how the coin came into being to begin with. Some of these go back hundreds of years. That's the sort of thing we're trying to put together with this Tips for New Collectors project. Listen here, he says, who was the kind lady who does videos about Canadian cents? Amy. That's going to be Amy Smith, Youper Girl. Or no, it's now the girl formerly known as Youper Girl. Yeah, Amy Smith. And she's got a website. Let me see if I got my video directory. Wait for it. Come on. Where's the video directory? I can't find it anywhere. There it is. The Numismatic video blog and live stream directory. The ex-Youper Girl, what's her name now? Let's see if I can open up her channel. Misplaced Youper Girl. Here we go. Here's a screen. This is Misplaced Youper Girl. And she's talked about Canadians and Christmas and Secret Santas in Texas and remodeling her house. And yeah, she's done a lot with Canadians, right? What you got here? Mail call, Queen Victoria. Yeah, good stuff. Let me give you a link to her channel right here. One moment. I'll put that in the chat. You can see it. I see CJ's Coins and Crafts has joined us. Well, about time. And I'm going to give you the about time. I'll give you the directory link if I can find that. Wonder where that is. Oh, here it is. So here's the directory, which is just a bunch of coin videos, plus it has blogs. There you go. And that'll take you, and bookmark that, and you can find all kinds of channels. It's the way that works. There's home. Okay, let's see if I can find my notes that I took while watching your video from like October. Don't you hate when you have a great idea, right? And you explain it to somebody, and they say, yeah, and then 6 months later, they get the idea, and they say, hey, I got this great idea, they say. I didn't see your video, but by God, I took notes on it. I wonder where they went. There's like 6 pages of notes. Let's see, tips for new connectors. That's this.
That was a really good thing, and I am looking forward to doing that. Probably once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Kind of a podcast style, where there's no video. That is just us talking about stuff. Because there's really some really interesting things that come out of those conversations.
Yeah, I take notes. And seriously, there's all kinds of them. Let's see, get a hobby. That's the one. I got so many notes, I've run out of paper. But that one in particular, and I can, let's see, if you go to the document list in the link below, let's see, it's going to take you over to here, the tips for new collectors. I could show you that. And right there in the background ideas, right? CJ back in back at Halloween, he was talking with Frank, and they came up with some great ideas. And then here's me coming up with the idea independently, but well, your ideas are already out there, so we got to give you credit. And geez, what if you could get the entire or a lot of? I wonder what that was. What if you could corral a bunch of channels to just give a little bit of their time on the project? Make a short video, and you share a common link, right, with the hashtag so they can be found easily. Right, and let's add a little support. So we got the YouTuber group where if you make a video, you can post it, and that'll be a great way to. Is this it? No, just like 6 months ago here. So you can promote the show, promote your video, and people can see it, especially those new collectors. Okay, I'm afraid it's lost in the stack here. What's this? I might never find them again. Ida Herring. Oh, she's got a quilt she's making. Well, I'm going to give up. It's here somewhere, I'm sure, but I'll never see him again. Chaos reign.
But there was something in those conversations because it was actually Frank Blues and I that did another one here. I think late last week. Same kind of thing. It was just us talking, and there was really some really interesting stuff that came out of that. Like we were talking about the 2020 coins and what we think is going to happen with the 2020 coins, and we really got on to some deep stuff. Like, hey, do you think that they're beta testing the 2020 W nickel so then they can do a W proof set? Because that would generally be like the next evolution of the W, is that you would have, instead of just a single coin like a 96, it was the dime. Now it's the quarters, and the quarters you can only find in circulation. But now in the proof set, you have the nickel. It's like all this says that West Point is going to have their own set. It has to happen.
It seems to be an up and happening thing. They've been doing bullion for many years. They've been making pennies since the 70s with no mint mark. They're out there. We'll never tell them apart. It's a busy place. Are we big enough? We need 4 mints. We've had as many as 5 and 6 before. simultaneously. Of course, distribution was a little simplified back then. Rusty roads, horses, wagons, canistogas, canoes. It was a lot different back then. And we got a different level of mechanization today. But if all your bullion, your gold, silver, the rounds, the eagles, right? And they got those palladium coins I've been making for a couple of years now. I had to check those out because I didn't know they were doing. Nobody tells me anything. And they're doing palladium. Well, it would follow that, put together a West Point set. Geez, what better way of increasing the till for the IRS than branch off and create another product?
How about this, especially with the bullion, a West Point bullion set? How about that one?
Whole thing in a nice wow. Oh, here you go.
So West Point, dollar, half dollar, nickel, dime, quarter, all silver bullion, and then the penny, copper bullion.
Bring back the penny. The proof pennies, they should be bronze. Stop
Because that set right there will hit both your numismatic, that people that go after the sets, and then it will also hit your bullion people because they're all bullion coins. Like if you wanted to, like, two birds, one stone, that would be the way to go.
How about dress it up instead of a regular old proof set where you have it in the plastic acetate? Where are you here? There we go. I got it. I got one right here. Instead of the old style proof set, that. Yeah, they're okay. They're solid. They're durable. Dress it up and have it not unlike the prestige sets. Because if you're going to dress up some bullion, give it a fine Corinthian leather case and say Cordoba or something. Dress it up. Give us a premium product. The silver proof sets are just the same as the clad proof sets, just with a black box. Dress them up.
You're all making my brain hurt.
Could they do it? Why aren't we running the mint? Man, Jeff Schumacher had these shirts, the March on the Mint shirts. We got to get those mass produced, spread them all over the place. Why won't this go back in the box? Yeah, I can see that happening.
How you doing, Ken? How you doing, CJ?
Hey, honey. How you
See what
holding up?
happens? See what happens when you put a link in the chat? People like me show up.
It happens. Well, what the heck? We'll feed the homeless.
I appreciate that because I'm hungry.
Animals need love too.
Well, and the biggest thing that I'm trying to do with this is that I am just trying to be able to have something that is a conversation piece, because I know, especially myself, I would love to listen to something and have it just on the background. A lot of videos that I quote unquote watch, I'm just listening to the sound while I'm doing cornrow hunted or something. So all the more reason to have a podcast style, a coin cast, so people can listen in on coin related conversation pieces, specific programs, unlike radio, but obviously coin related, and be able to do what they want to do. So if they want to do cornrow hunting during something like that, then I would encourage that, because then they can immediately, use the information that they're learning.
A lot of folks have music playing in the background. You're searching coins, playing AC/DC. Look, it's groovy music. I got no problem with that. But she says there's time, and you could just glean information here and there. And some of these conversations get well involved. Podcast. Mm-hmm. Have you looked into creating podcasts as a thing?
Yes.
Because the way you did it last time, you just, how do I do this? I take off the camera. Stop camera. Yeah. You just have a logo and a circle bumping around it. Well, okay, it kind of worked. I like, I'm sitting here staring at the screen. It looks like this.
The reason why I did it on YouTube, because then you don't have to download a program to
Okay,
listen to podcasts. Then you don't have to go to a streaming service to listen to a podcast. It is already where people are consuming content.
it's right here. Works for me.
Right here.
Did you title it differently?
Coincast.
Okay, let me pull this one up. CJ, where are you? Right there. Click the link. Here's CJ's channel, and I'll show you this in just a moment. Here, CJ's Coins and Craft. He's okay. He's safe. Just keep your fingers and hands away from his mouth. I'm going to put the link up here. What do you got? 1.24 subs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put the link for this over here in the chat so folks can find it. There you go. And the video in particular, well, not the video, the soundio. Coincast, CJ's Coins and Crafts, right there from 2 days ago. 91 views. That's criminal. That should get a whole lot more views than that.
It was a little bit more impromptu, but still, if that's something that becomes like a regular thing every, like at the end of every week or every couple of weeks, then yeah, there might be a little bit more audience. The issue that I had is that when I went on, there was like at least 5 other auctions going on, so I knew 100% that I wasn't going to get the live views. But still, it's one of those things that when it's done, again, somebody can go back and listen to the video while they're working on stuff and still be able to learn. So like it's a win-win, whether they catch it live or they can go back and listen to it.
I've only got about halfway through there, and there's plenty of things in there to think about. Honestly, you could develop that endlessly. What do you got? Guests, different speakers.
Yep.
Get somebody from, pull in somebody from Coin World or NGC or the Mint. Maybe you can do a live interview or a recorded interview and just play it later. Because if it's not meant for live viewing, that's not a problem. You can set that up any way you like. Yep. Come up with a script or an outline to lead the discussion. Absolutely, that can be developed. What's the topic this week or this month or this every other week?
I know when I was on CJ's Coincast the late last week, and I had a ball on it.
Oh, sure.
It was information was just flying around, made people think.
That's the thing right there, is it develops critical thinking. I'd love to find those notes I had. What's that one? Oh. No, that's from like 2 months ago. Oh, well, I got to clean up this table. Did you see what I find on the table? Where'd it go? Oh.
And it's gone.
No, I found it.
Check the floor.
I was putting together the Big Show package, and I need some bubble wrap. So I got these, tubs over here that I just throw envelopes and packing material in, and I pulled out some bubble wrap. This popped out.
I was going to say, there's something in the bubble wrap, huh?
Yeah, every now and then something gets past me, and I don't know where it goes, where it went. I didn't know this showed up. It's an 1857 Flying Eagle penny. Apparently from you. Did I buy it or did you send it? There it is. It's a peach. Yeah, so we'll put that in the Big Show. That's coming up next. I can show it to you. Didn't you know I'd lost track of it? How do you do that? How do you lose Flying Eagle cents? I found stuff on this desk you wouldn't believe. Well, here's a couple more 14D Lincolns.
Right.
I come across 31S's almost like, regular. Here's a ham sandwich, partially eaten, and here's a piece of chocolate cake that's all dried up, and here's another 31S. So this is an 1857 Flying Eagle cent. Raw! There he is. United States of America. There ain't nothing wrong with this. This is just decent wear, honest wear here. Fine condition, looking at the details here.
That's a good looking coin.
Look at this. It's got a good strong reverse. A lot of times you get these, the reverse is so weak in the center. You know, one cent is just, it's almost gone. It's like the 20s on the wheat cents.
Mhm.
There you go. Look at the strawberries. I love strawberries. That's not really strawberries, is it? What's that supposed to be? Wheat, barley, tobacco? I don't know, man. They got everything here. I think that's corn. I think that's wheat. That's cauliflower. Is that cauliflower?
Close enough.
No. Okay. There you go. There's those little tiny, the Chinese corns, you know, the little ones, the little corn on the cob. You like that?
The baby corn.
Yeah, that's them. Those are look. That's wheat. These are the strawberries. Or is that cotton? I don't know. I'll have to look that up.
Those are strawberries.
You got Big Bird. Yeah. Well, good. There's an old one. Well, anyway, I found it. Had your name on it. We'll put it in the big show.
Generally, most of the Flying Eagles have my name on it.
At this point,
It's kind of a thing that I do.
Really, getting a Flying Eagle without a CJ Coins and Crafts holder is getting to be a trick. Honestly,
Yeah, you got to beat me to it.
not an easy thing to do. For those of you just joining, over here we got CJ's Coins and Crafts, and he's been putting together an almost complete set of snow varieties on Flying Eagle scents, the 1857s. What are there, 16 or 18 of them?
There are 8. Let's see, technically 19, but yeah, 18.
Okay, 18 of them. You got over 14 at this point, I think.
I'm only missing
9, 11.
4 or 5.
Okay. All of them cherry picked off eBay.
100%.
100%.
Well, I'm sorry, not all off of eBay, but 100% cherry picked.
Yep. Yep. There's that one from the Facebook group.
No, I got one from the Facebook, and then I got one off of somebody else.
You going to bed, Amy? Well, it is getting late. She got kids and dogs and stuff. All right. Oh, I've been looking at 20 centers. I want to get another 20 center for the big show.
No, I would love to get another 20 center.
You got my other two.
No, I only got one.
You only got one? Who got the other one?
I think Uper did.
Uper, did you get my other 20 center? She got a bust. Or 2 bust halves.
Because I think I got the first one. Because it was the let's see, BF15. The die pairing.
Yep.
The $sign RPM.
And the repunch date.
And the misplaced digit. Yep.
Handy. I need more of those. Don't you wish they made twice as many coins so we could get more of them nowadays? Just stuff all the way around.
It's almost sad that some of us have gone through certain coins so much that just talking about individual features and like the $sign.
Yeah.
And I could tell you, okay, so there's roughly X number minted. I know what die pairing. I know that it's got a misplaced digit in the denticles.
Yep. And they're usually soft in the reverse design, especially in the United States of America. So I was looking at bust halves earlier today, and I was looking at some early ones, and then here a 1937 pops up. I'm like, no, this ain't normal. I didn't see the date, but there was a design change in 1937, which, because I'm looking at saying something's wrong. Her nose is not right. The hell is
18?
it? 1837, the design change in the bust halves gave Liberty more hair, sharper detail, fine little stars all the way around, and changed the shape of her nose. Used to be kind of an upturn, kind of one of these, but they do it. It's like a fall down the hill. There we go. I'm going to put that link up here again in case anybody wants to jump in. Uper says, well, I don't know for sure, but I don't believe I have one. I know you got a bus half. Who got
Maybe it
that
was somebody
second
else
one?
that won the 20 cent.
Maybe it was Cindy. I don't know. A lot of people have won that big show, and they're still going, man.
Yep.
And so
I'm
I
still
think
trying to go.
you might win it one day. You never know. Bill 457 has been watching for 2 years, and he finally won. And says, I think I saw an 1857 verse 56 1 cent on USA coin book recently, but the picture was too blurry. Well, you know what to look for, right? If you've been watching CJ, you know to check the O.
Check
Where'd
the
that
O.
penny go?
The O gives it away.
Yep. Check the O in of.
Because if you look at that O, it can only be one of two when it's the obverse of 56. Because there's the snow 1 and the snow 2.
There you go. For the obverse of 56, the center of the O is more square, right? Much wider, especially at the top and the bottom of that space. You're not looking at the circle on the outside, you're looking on the inside. Kind of a neat little thing to watch out for. And we learned that from watching Blues. Day after day, pounding away at eBay. Ooh, check this one. And we check. And he says, that's a snow 7. What? How did we tell? And then he explains it to us.
CJ explains it to it. I got to ask CJ.
Yeah, I got a penny here, by the way. And I can't find anything else. No, it's an 07. You got your snow book handy?
Yep.
I got a repunch date on the inside of the 9 and the inside of the 0. And I got no snow number for it. And that's it. This is what I can see from markers. It's in great shape. Look at it. It's got all kinds of diamonds on there.
Is that 1907?
1907.
Everybody just read their books.
Of course, it had to be 1907.
Yeah. It's like missing half of them or something.
No, there's 48 different snow varieties.
Okay. Well, there's one of them.
So what do you
Right.
well, do you have anything in the denticles? Because we can eliminate about half of them.
Nothing. Clean.
Okay.
Sharp, unless that's something. I'd have to zoom out, really.
And
Nothing
then
in
where
the
is the doubling on the date
on
specifically?
the bottom of the inside of the 0. And I have lost my little thingy. There it is. Inside, and there's some crud in there too. So I'm going to try to zoom in just as much as humanly possible with the limits of this equipment. Inside the 9 on the bottom, and you can probably see that. Inside the 0 is much more difficult. So a shadow will help. Now let's try the angle. It's
Can you
gone.
look directly below the 0 in the dentals? Is there anything right there?
Nothing that I can detect with the naked eye. Of course, I can't find my car keys on my desk when it's the only thing on the desk.
Anything under the 1?
It's this direction. I see nothing. I'll pull a Schultz on that one. That's sharp and clean. They're good all the way across. So inside the 9 on the bottom and inside the 0.
Yeah, I see it on the 9.
Let's see if I get the 0 and hold still. Hold still, will ya? I get the angle just right. Just about there. Now it's got a discoloration, and inside the discoloration, over towards the right, it's the bottom of the 0 is what it is. Inside the circle. This one's a bit slight. This one's very, very thin.
Um,
Not showing it well here.
let's see.
There we go. There we go. That's got it.
Okay, well, that one looks a lot more like Snow 21. So check the reverse and see if the shield points are just away from the denticles.
Shield points are just away from the denticles.
Just away from the denticles. So it's a pretty close match to Snow 21. Moderate but shallow repunching visible on the center of the 9 and the lower portion of the 0, possibly visible on only high-grade early die stage pieces. Reverse is shield points away from denticles, olive leaf away from the denticles. That's one option. There's nothing on the 7, so it wouldn't be any of those.
Leaves are away from the denticles. I love an Indian with a little luster.
That's as far as I can kind of narrow it down. Is the can you show the positioning of the date against the bust?
Need me to zoom out?
Nope, just like that.
And says it's faint on the bottom left of the 0.
It's inside the 0 where I see it.
I think he's referring to the outside, the bottom left. It looks like there's a little hit mark or something there. I thought something there too, and I just thought it just had a little hit on it.
Well, the positioning of the date from the denticles and from the bust and where it sits underneath the bust and the shield points and the olive leaf and the way that the doubling looks, I would say that your best option is Snow 21.
Very good.
Because everything else is going to be something in the dentals or something involving the 1 or the 7. There's only a couple that actually have markers on the 9 and the 0.
There's my thumb. No, that's pretty sharp.
Is that XF?
More and some more, at least. I give it every bit of AU. The only point I've got anything going on is right here in the hair, and on one side of the second diamond, just one little bit right in here. The rest of it's sharp as a tack.
Yeah, that's pretty.
And just a touch right up here, but I've got lines. She's in there. On the back, we're sharp and tight. I'm happy with it. Little splash of luster here and there still. I saw that. I saw the extra bits inside the 9 and the 0. I said, "Ooh, I got to get that.
Buy it now. Buy it now."
I'm gonna get that just so I can take pictures."
Click.
There. So I did. And now it's here.
Yeah.
I'm not ready. I didn't get coffee before the show. I probably had enough already. Is this it? Hello, at Ken Ant. Hello, what? Bottom left of the O. I didn't see anything in the bottom left.
And got the 3-cent book. Very nice.
Yeah, he did. He's moving up in the world. There's a scope. And I'll go zoom.
That's a nice book.
Too much zoom. There's the O. That's a little too much. Because it's probably a little less clear on your side. But the outside of the O looks pretty darn sharp.
Yeah, I would say that's Snow 21.
Very good.
Yep. I guess Ant's got the book too, and he says he's confirming it at 21 on his page.
Snow 2-1. Okay. Very good. Yep, I come up with an example of Longacre doubling last week on the fly. And dude, I went through 30 of the darn things. I couldn't find it. And any other day, I got 30 on the desk that are in the way.
Yeah.
Oh,
How can you not find Longacre double?
couldn't, because I was looking for it. I found 3 sets of car keys, 2 Phillips screwdrivers, my left shoe, 14 socks that didn't match, but no Longacre doubling. I was losing my mind, I tell you. There we go. Where's that holder that came in? Right there. We'll put that away.
Oh, I'm not.
Label it.
That'd be helpful. Yeah.
Label it now before you set it down, because otherwise we're going to do this all over again.
S21. My pen died. S21 by CJ and Ant.
Yeah, Ant says I'm suggesting not verified is the same on that website that I linked. I'm not seeing a website that you linked, Ant.
I don't think, is he blue?
Ant is not blue.
Why not?
Not my stream. I don't know.
Now you can post it. Yeah, that's the Indian head scent varieties page. It's Snow's page. I got my blog here. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see what's the blog.
So I sent an email to NGC.
Yep.
Excuse me. Because I wanted to ask the question on my discovery piece from James Wiles, if I can send it into NGC and have it labeled the discovery piece.
Do they charge extra for that?
Probably, but so I'm wondering, because it is a minor double die reverse. So I'm gonna just send them the information of what I have and just see if they would do it, because that would be really interesting to have an NGC be able to grade discovery pieces, because James Wiles does the attributions for Annex. So I don't know.
They should be able to. I know they use Wexler. I don't know if they use Wiles. And they have some of their own people, of course, for some of these things.
So I think that's gonna be a thing that if I get anywhere on that, that'll be some good information to pass along.
There you go. Keep us posted. Mm-hmm. That reminds me, coffee, he says. Yeah, absolutely. Get into that. I'll keep you up all night. So you're going to make something for the tips for new collectors? Blues
Am
Day?
I?
Yeah, you.
I suppose so.
Okay, good. All you can do is add a hashtag and post a link and tell the world, and hopefully we'll send some people your way. For creators, it should be handy to get some more exposure.
Yeah, I've done some stuff. Jeff Stanley's done some stuff. Did I see one for Michael Kittle yet? I thought maybe.
I'd have to check. Nothing posted in the group. Who have found this?
Ooh,
Boom. It was in my toilet cup.
That's a nice looking bus.
Sure is. This is my toilet cup. No, that's not it. Right there. See? It's a toilet cup.
Oh, nice.
Coffee makes me poop. You know how to drink from that? My dog taught me how to drink from that. That's how you do it. I don't make the rules, I just enforce them here.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you see what Blues did here? Where's that button? Right there. He takes these Matchbox cars. Is this a Matchbox?
Hot Wheel.
It's a Hot Wheels. Okay, it's a Hot Wheels bus. It's kind of long. I think I've never seen a bus this long. But he takes them apart. He takes them down to nothing, refinishes them, takes out the plastic, right? Cleans that up with some Windex, right? And he puts on stickers and decals. So we get the sand database, Numis Labs. What's this up here? I can't read that.
I don't remember.
Inspection and attribution. There's something down here in the base. Okay, we'll put it under the scope. Dude, how do you type this small?
Magic.
It's like 8. It's like 8 font.
Hey, magic.
Inspection and attribution. The right brain stuff. The coin seminar weekend. Look on top. He's got 1 million pennies project. Both sides. What's on the back here? You get more on this side. Look, real wheels, they spin. There you go. Coin seminar. Something on the back. Must stay back 500 feet. No, but look at the finish. He's got this this penny paint, copper paint. There. That's one of a kind, let me tell you. Nobody's got one of those.
Nope.
Is that a sunroof?
You're the only one
Got a grumpy old lady inside.
with a cigarette hanging out of her mouth.
Sit down, kid. Yeah, the doors open. Kids fall out. Smoke rolls out. Just like regular buses. Zoom, zoom. Kind of neat. And other cars. I put it on the road, and 16 cars passed it. Go figure. Is that a spider? Oh, Christ. Well, I keep it in here. This is the extremely important stuff. Goes in the toilet cup. Because I can usually find that. It's big enough that it doesn't get covered even when I spread newspaper around to put up another layer. All right. Now, what else can you do with a podcast? One-on-one with another channel, one-on-one with a collector. Maybe you know somebody. But you would do a group chat and just tear a subject apart.
Any of the above, really. I mean, it's one of those things that I can see being able to to do interviews on things, to be able to really discuss and get the opinions of other collectors about things that nobody else talks about. Like a lot of channels, yourself included, have talked about the 2020W. Some channels have talked about the 2020W nickel. But that's where it stops. Like,
what's the impact on the hobby?
What's the impact on the hobby? Where is it going? Like, what are the things are they going to come out based off this? Based off of these trends. Like, what's going to be the next thing? There's all kinds of stuff, and we even got into some real serious discussion about the legislation that is currently in process about the 2021 coins, the quarters, because depending on what happens with these legislative sessions, that if certain legislation does not pass, then there will be a default design for the 2021 quarters versus what is proposed to happen.
Does it go back to George Washington and the Eagle reverse?
It has the Washington bust, obverse, and then it has a portrait of Washington crossing the Delaware, revision. on the reverse.
So some of the New Jersey quarter. Well, that wouldn't be too bad.
So it's really kind of interesting because that would be the next default. So like the quarter will never be the same. Basically, what they're trying to do now, if the legislation passes, then we're going to start seeing a lot of the quarters go to influential women in history. So there's an entire design set out there for the 2021 quarters, but it really just depends on what happens. So, I mean, and there's a lot of those things that are sitting out there that we discussed, and I even talked about which the numbers of legislation for people to go out there and research it, because I was like, if you want to talk about something that no one else is talking about, here's your answer. Like, here is a topic like the 2021 quarters. That is a topic in itself that no one is talking about. I have not seen anybody talk about what the 2021 quarters is going to be.
Start your list of influential women. Who should we expect? Helen Keller, Amelia Earhart. What's the girl with a radon?
Madame Curie?
Her too. Was she French?
I don't know.
Okay, they put her on the France quarter.
She's Polish.
We got Lucy Ball or something. I'm sure we have some. What about the computer girl, Grace? She invented like computers. She worked on a UNIVAC way back in the day. Grace Harper, I think that was her name. Let me try to look that up. She was a computer lady. Grace Harper. That's her. Here we go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Aunt. Yeah, she was Polish but French race.
Grace Murray Hopper, born in 1906, died in 1992 at age 85 in Arlington. She served in the U.S. Navy, was a rear admiral, according to this. And she worked on computers back in the day and invented a lot of stuff. Here it is, an article about the UNIVAC. She invented COBOL, if you've ever done any programming. Yeah, that was her. Well, let's see, we got a picture of her. I got a picture of her here somewhere. And there she is. Isn't she cute? Yep. What they did later was they hollowed her out and they filled her with pancake syrup. True story. I don't make this stuff up.
They did what?
They hollowed her out and filled her with pancake syrup. What are those? Oh, no, wait. That was Aunt Jemima.
Yeah, that was Aunt Jemima.
One of those old ladies. Yeah, you got Susan B. Anthony. You got, let's see. I think that's all of them. I don't see that series lasting for too long. Well, it probably should. I'm sure there's others. Lady Liberty.
But it's one of those things that our quarters are going to be completely different for the next couple of years.
Oh, there's a lot.
Well, but some of our coinage has not changed for several decades. So
yeah,
is this the time that we talked about the Mint annual reports, where they actually have in one of the reports that testing and the results of testing of different metal compositions.
Where are those pieces?
That's a good question, but that is the level of stuff that we got into, and there's so much information. Like, you can do an entire broadcast or almost an entire series and just off of what's in the reports, because who's talking about that? Who's talking about that the U.S. Mint is testing or has tested several different variations of metal contents.
No, they're trying composites, non-metal items.
No, they're testing different metal setups to replace what we currently have. And they have the breakdown in there as far as whether it's going to be something that can co-circulate with what's in circulation right now, or if it would have to come out in replacement of. And they have the entire breakdown in the annual report.
I don't think co-circulation is going to be a problem. You've got 130 different quarter designs out there with all the dates and marks and states and parks. You got nickels with 5 different designs, 3 different obverse styles. You got the pennies, wheats, memorials, the shields, 4 bicentennials out there. I don't see
not design, but metal content.
A little lighter. Hopefully not aluminum. How can you have faith in aluminum coinage?
So, but that's one of those things that I put out there because there is a ton of information in just that no one is talking about. We talk about, is the penny going to last? Like, what are they doing? What are they going to do? The information is out there. No one's talking about it. I'm just saying.
Go deep. What would you like to see for a? What's your favorite content of a metal composition? We should get away from metals and go with a composite.
I would love to see polymer.
Bills, aren't they working on a polymer bill?
Coins.
Wow.
Bimetal or trimetal or composite metal and poly coins.
Oh, I was looking at like carbon composites. I mean, they cook it up in a bucket. There's some fantastic materials that are really low abrasion and hold up well. They withstand extreme temperatures. The weight concerns me. The coins are never going to be the same. We know that, of course. Metal's becoming too darn expensive. It's not just the cost of metal, it's the shipping of the darn things. If you get rid of the penny, there goes 3/4 of all the coins we have to make. That would be a massive savings for the mint. And really not much loss in seigniorage since they're already losing money on the darn things.
Yeah, if they change the composite on the coins and they weigh lighter, then all
the vending machine companies will scream.
That have coin-op businesses, soda machines and vending machines, they're all going to be in a frantic because they won't be able to put those coins in it because the.
See, and that specific, the whole coin thing, I don't. If that situation were to come up again, I don't think that we would see the same hissy fit that we saw in the 90s.
Here's a hissy fit right here. They moved from the Eisenhower dollar because it was too big and people weren't using it because of its size. Right? They went to a smaller dollar. Well, it's the size of a quarter. People were going to mistake it for a quarter, so they wanted to put multiple edges, multiple sides. Instead of round, they wanted multiple sides. And the blind people talked about it, and they also wanted multiple sides because it's so darn close in size and shape to the quarter. Here's a quarter for comparison. There's your SBA dollar. Okay, we're still going to have reeded edge, but to tell them apart easier, we're going to have the flat multi-sided edge that you see on that. But the vending machine companies are screaming, no, it's not going to roll down the machines properly. So they compromised, and we have a round outside and a multi-sided inside. The thing was so darn ugly, the vending machine companies didn't make any improved sales because nobody wanted the coin. And because you have the multi-side on the inside of the edge, the blind people still couldn't tell them apart. This is the government in action right there, solving everybody's solutions. No solutions were found. And you ended up with that ugly cuss. You ended up with a CHAG on your coinage. What happened? Nobody liked them. They ran it for 3 years and gave up.
So, but if that situation were to come again, especially with like the vast majority of vending machines accepting debit cards, if they wanted to change, then I don't think that the vending machine companies would give two shakes.
It wouldn't matter. They don't want the
wouldn't matter.
They want the electronic. There's nothing to break into.
Absolutely.
You know, when I
So
had the
in
diner, I leave just the change in the till, right? Like, you know, $15 or $18 worth of change. I take the bills. But when I leave the place, I leave the drawer open. Because if somebody's going to break in, I'd rather have them steal $15 or $18 worth of change rather than break into the darn cash register. And, you know, then I got to get a new one at $350. Let them steal the change. Well, if you can get these vending machines cash free, yeah, a lot of people would be happy. Less wear and tear. You don't have to collect. You just go by when the thing calls up and says, "Hey, I'm empty. Come and fill me." Wow, that'd be a big deal for vending companies.
And I don't know if that will work or not because I'm not running a debit or gift card or a card through a machine for a 50-cent soda.
What are you, $1.29 now?
Walmart, they're 50 cents outside of Walmart.
Okay. Walmart's probably making a killing on those things. I think it's a quarter at Sam's Club, and that's retail.
Yeah.
Ant says the problem will solve itself in 5 to 10 years. They get rid of the coins. What do they do with all these tons and tons of copper nickel pieces all over the place? What do they do with the zinc pennies? If they kill off the penny, there's almost nothing you can do with copper-plated zinc. As a useful material, these are ruined. If we work in a warehouse, says Ant, it'll complicate things.
In those testings, they even referenced plated steel.
Plated steel. Well, Canada ran those on their pennies for a little bit.
Oh, just like the 43s.
Yep. Copper plated steel. Keep the look the same.
No, zinc.
Zinc plated steel. Blue, same as the old steel set.
Just make it out of stainless steel. The things won't corrode.
Geez, they'll last forever. But they'll cost 17 cents a piece. Stainless is not cheap. It's all the nickel and if they put chromium in there or not.
But that's one of the things that we talked about, and like there are some really interesting pieces of information out there that really just beg the questions to be asked and to be talked about.
Yeah, the conversation led itself with new subjects.
Right.
Oh, conversations permeate. You get into a casual talk, and that's why I got a page of notes here that I can't find. Wonder what I do with them.
Was that from the October one or the one that we had last week?
The October one, man, that's a good show.
Oh, you're gonna lose your mind, man.
Fully recommend that show. I was in last week's show for part of it. Yeah, you're probably down here a couple of layers. Oh, wait, here's a whole bunch of notes I haven't looked at. What are these? Nope, that's not it. That's my shopping list.
But that's one of the things that in that show, like I put the challenge out. I was like, here is at least one show worth of information. Go do it. This is free game. Nobody is talking about this stuff. No one. It is waiting to be done.
Any word on the 2021 dollars? There was a push to have those produced at Carson City.
We talked about that too.
Yeah, they were trying to get some legislation passed because it's no longer U.S. Mint property. It's a Nevada State Museum.
Right, and there is in that that was one of the other pieces of legislation that I talked about, that I specifically referenced on what you can go on there and look, because it has a detailed plan of, okay, if they were going to be determined to be struck in Carson City, then they are going to have to move equipment down there to do it.
Yep. And work at an arrangement with the state. Or set up a new mint, just rent a place for a year.
So
Here's 100 years since the end of the Morgan and the start of the peace dollar.
So, and that was one of the questions that came up, is that they were going to do a mix of 500,000, a mix between Morgan designs for the 2021 and Peace designs, but they specified that there isn't a specified number per design. So total mintage is slated at 500,000, but how many of that is going to be Morgan and how many of that is Peace?
Will they intentionally make one popular and one rare?
Oh, I would guarantee it. But which way are they going to go?
Well, the peace has always been lower denominate or lower mintage, just because they only ran it for 17 years, 21 to 35 or 6. Okay, 15 years.
I think that the Peace is going to be a bigger mintage because that would coincide right with the V75 Privy.
There you go. Well, it's a year after, but that makes good sense. And the World War I. That's how the peace dollar came out. The big peace movement back then. They didn't want that to happen again. PNC says he'd love to see him minted in CC, but don't hold your breath. You're darn right. Only the peace dollar in gold. Ant disagrees with the making of the Peace and Morgans. The bar that was set was a gold commemorative of 100 years to the beginning of the series. They started the precedent with the 100-year anniversary of the Walker and Mercury dime they produced in 24 karat gold. And they're gorgeous pieces. They're going to do another 100th anniversary set.
But I think this also
in gold.
I think this also begs the question on we remember the 1964 peace dollar that quote unquote never existed, right?
Yeah, right.
2021 special set. Just saying.
Wow. Okay, watch. Keep a close eye on the mint director's personal safe.
Right?
Yep. Wow. Maybe they just never got around to making the darn things. Well, they made them and melted them, but come on, some of them had to get out. They get
There's
waffle
so many
coins out of
things that the mint could do at this point in time that, I mean, to really, for collectors, for circulation, like there is so many options, especially when they're talking about bringing back designs like the Peace and the Morgan. Like we should be very on top of what is happening with that legislation, because if we know that that legislation passes or does not pass, you could do a YouTube breaking announcement and you would be ahead of everybody by weeks, if not months, about knowing what the design is.
Or you could also use this platform to rally the people to contact their congressman and urge them to vote for the legislation and get that thing passed so we can get that coin. Some of the things that Mint are doing, geez, they're just shoddy. Have you seen the V75 Privy?
I haven't seen an actual shot of one. No.
Stand by. Let me see.
I've seen your mock-up on it though.
Okay, no longer a mock-up. They've released a preview. Wait for it. It's loading. That. Let me give you a full screen here. That's it. This in here. Gosh, there's so many different designs. You could add the Allied Forces, the AF, Allied Forces in Europe logo. You could add the Oh, the star with the blue ribbon that was on all the planes and on all the tanks and jeeps, and they have this little thing. I think this was disappointing. If this is the best the Mint can do, come on, Canada's got a holographic maple leaf privy mark. I thought this was disappointing as in terms of artwork, craftsmanship. It's a V75 with an outline. That's disappointing for all the hype they put into it the past few days.
Right.
That's the best they can do. Next, I'm getting word that it was approved after production began on the fruit bat quarters. So we won't see the privy mark on some of those, or perhaps all of those. So only 4 dates from the W Mint would have the privy. Huh? Is the Mint failing the collector? Let's face it, they produce coins for circulation. They produce coins to support the economy. Collectors are a second-rate issue to them. Yeah, they make good money on it, but really, it's a minor fraction of their department revenue, their bureau revenue. Do they care? I don't think they care about us. They put out too many products, make too many of them. Very few Mint products have been worth more after leaving the Mint. I mean, you go back 50 years, you're looking at what, 6, 8 issues that are worth more.
And their overall numismatic basically profit is like negative 15.8 million. So they're not making money on numismatic products either.
They'll go. That project will end. Can we turn it around? Do we need a numismatic advisory board? They got a citizens advisory board that talks about designs and approves designs. I can't imagine they snuck that privy by them and said, "This is great, we love it." Do we need to create a grassroots effort to improve things at the Mint? So they're putting out a quality product that's worth more after it leaves the Mint, because a product that keeps losing money for the buyer year on year on year for decades. Tell me a private company that could do that and stay open more than 3 years. Well, the Mint has let's face it, they corner the market. Yeah, advisory only, that board. Yeah, they wouldn't have control. The Mint would have final decision. Congress would have final decisions. The Mint director has all the say in what gets produced.
What about the CFA or the CCA? CCAC? I can't remember which one it is.
Coinage.
The two groups.
Circulating Coinage Advisory Committee.
The ones that make the decisions, or that give the determinations on final designs to be presented for actual actual approval.
Has anyone mapped that out for the public to make that whole process understandable?
No.
Wow, there's a project. Because we got more designs. If they're going to do women in coinage on the back of the quarter starting in 21, I would suspect lots more people would like to get involved in that if we could show people how to submit a design. Because they're getting some designs, but not that many. And a lot of times from the same darn people. The people.
But the other thing is because I did a video on when I did the video on the Shield set, that there is a lot of red tape behind the scenes.
Yeah.
For the designers that
they're effectively told what they can put on it. So their power of artistry or their power of design is extremely limited.
So basically,
Victor Brenner went through the back door. He was able to use a couple of contacts to get his design in front of the president. And Teddy Roosevelt, being the president at the time, loved the idea and kind of went around regular circles to get the design approved. So you have an outsider coming in with a design, not following protocols, and it went from top down rather than bottom up. That was a big scandal back in the day. Women and coins, yeah, we should see all kinds of designs on that. Can we use this venue to spread the word?
I'm sure there's got to be designs somewhere out there already, even if it's the first like couple of proposed designs.
Yeah, just change the face and the bust line. No more PC coins, more Lady Liberty. Bring back liberty. Get rid of the presidents. Very few coins with presidents are worth anything. That's another thing I see on YouTube. A lot of modern coins. I'd love to see more exploration and talk of these wonderful oldies, the seated Liberty designs, the draped bust, the capped bust designs, 2 cents, 3 cents, the funny currencies that are obsolete. We get too hung up on modern proofs. Eagles. Well, okay, that's kind of nice. But geez, the hobby is so much more than stuff you can find in pocket change. The really rare stuff, populations of less than 1,000. That's the gorgeous stuff.
Also does not have to be American. There's some stuff out there like in the early Canadians in the late 1800s that there is some really neat designs that exist out there that their populations are fractional of what they used to be.
I had some, what were they, Canadian dollars from 1936 and 300,000 produced. That's it.
Well, I'm talking about like 18. Blues and I were talking about one the other night.
Oh, I got the chart up here, I think.
18 something in like a 5 cent or something, and it was just wicked cool. Oh, it was Newfoundland. It wasn't even Canadian.
Yeah.
And it was a Newfoundland 5 cent, like 1946C, 2000, 1947, 38,000. I mean, just in the George the Sixth, 5 cent, 1938 to 1947 for Newfoundland. The highest mintage was 1941, which is 612,000. That's the highest mintage, and that's the highest mintage by almost 300,000.
This nickel, this might be dimes. Let me look. 5 cents, Newfoundland.
So we were talking about like the George V, 1912 to 1929, and there's only 4 coins in that entire series.
Yep.
And the highest mintage is 319.
That's right, the 1917C.
Like you're talking low mintage. Like this stuff is the stuff that doesn't exist anymore.
No, what do you lose? About 1% per year just to circulation, falling through the stairs, dropped in the trash. A bird picked it up and flew away. You went swimming and it fell out of your pocket. You're losing 1% of your coinage each year. So yeah, after what do you got here? 100 years, you got a tiny amount left. 2 to 5% perhaps. So what are you looking at there? 10% is 30,000. 1% is 3,000. Maybe you got 15,000 of those. Yeah, that's a rare coin. You got 15,000, 1922 no D. Those things are running hundreds of dollars a piece. These Canadians, a lot of them they're giveaway prices.
Right, and that's what we were talking about. It's like, man, you could go through here, get yourself a book and just start doing short sets. Like this one, George V. There's only 4 coins. You put together a set, and that's that's almost an entire series.
Let me grab coins in Canada, see if we got some values on those. Coins in Canada, we want provincials. There we
CJ,
go.
stop talking about it.
Newfoundland nickels, 1912 to 1929. Here they are. What you got here? MS64, 400, 1600. Okay, the 19C is kind of pricey at 7,500. 500 for the bottom. Let's see, 8, 9, 10,000 bucks. You got all 4 in MS64. I'm sure you can get better. In circulated grades, let's say very fine, $8 for the 1912. The 1917C, $10. Mind you, these are Canadian prices, so multiply by 0.75. No, that's a $5 or $6 coin for a 1912. The mintage on the 1912 is 300,000. The 19C is 100,000. You get those for $20. That's giveaway prices right there. There you go. You get the little C right below the dot. There he is.
So, but it's that kind of stuff that you can do across, and that's why I said it doesn't have to be American. I mean, it could be Canadian, it could be Mexican, it could be Paraguay, it could be Brazilian coins. There's all kinds of different sets that if you actually do just a little bit of research, and you'll see that some of this stuff just you can do the Filipino centavos. Like there's all of these sets that are just waiting to get put together when you actually look at the history of this coinage, that this stuff doesn't exist anymore. This stuff has been lost to time.
A lot of times, yeah. How many? Not many. Here's a George V half dollars, 1911 to 1916. Let's get a count on those. I'm going to ignore the 36 bar. For that set, give me, where are you? 16 coins, right? Maximum is 1.1. Minimum population, 1932 with 19,213 half dollars. Nothing. Total for all the dates. Where's the sum? 5.2 million for all the dates. This is like this is like 2 cents. They're all gone. You got a dozen dates. They're gone. Here's Edward VII, 1902 to 1910. Total 1.8 million, less than 2 million. All the W quarters from the River of No Return is more than this. And you've lost, probably 90% of these are gone. Yeah, these could be peaches.
So Ant says 100,000 and up, it's considered common. But the thing is that that's 100,000 in 1917 when they were all minted.
Yeah, it's the surviving population that matters, right? They minted 100,000, so they already started, kind of light. But if you got 10,000 remaining or 2,000 remaining, they get pretty scarce real fast. Then you got the aspect, well, a lot of the coins are still in Canada. So in the U.S., they're a little tougher to find. eBay, of course, is multinational. It doesn't add a whole lot to the shipping. And there's auction houses, and some of these will pop up there, especially these superior grades. But you're not going to find these often at local shows. Just like the 2 cents are being melted. A lot of them are. Good for melt value. Once your lower grades just don't have the numismatic value and silver jumps, you lose a lot of coins. Millions and millions of coins were melted down in 1980 and 1981. Just truckloads of the darn things. Just back it in. They're going to turn it into silverware, jewelry, necklaces, earrings, bracelets for 12-year-olds.
Economic and conditional rarities also exist. That's another thing that you could just dive into entirely.
Want to explain economic rarity?
Economic rarity. 1864 is one of those years during the Civil War that a lot of the coinage, copper, silver, was hoarded. So they didn't produce a lot. And if they did, they had to switch to something different. So the economic times drove what the coins were made out of. The pre-1933 gold, again, the gold 1933, it was bought back or demanded to be returned back to the government so they can melt it down. So those coins that exist prior to that time frame are economically rare, because they were supposed to be sent back to the government and melted.
Yep. Well, the Canadian penny is going to becoming increasingly rare. And says, how many of those are left next jump in silver? Depends on the jump in silver. Once silver gets to, 2 times the numismatic value of the coin, why are you keeping the coin for numismatic value? It goes in the melt, and it's gone. Needs to be about that 2 to 2.3 is what I read. And if the coin does not have the numismatic value, it's gone. They haul them off.
Especially with the jumps in silver. How many Mercuries, how many Peace Dollars, how many Morgans, how many of these coins are we going to lose when it hits that point? And that will completely destroy the surviving population estimates.
Oh, they tear them up. You got Roosevelt dimes, in circulated grades, maybe very fine on more common dates. 62, 63, 64. What happens when silver gets to, say, double what it is now? This is going to far outstrip the numismatic value of those coins. They're good for $1.25, $1.50. Once they're circulated. Nothing. If the demand is there for silver, industrial use or other uses, there's a fantastic source. In volume, you can get this stuff, hundreds of pounds of it, no problem at all. And it will disappear. And every time you get a spike in silver, it happens. More and more just waft away. Lost forever.
Not to change the subject or anything, but it's snowing here.
Wow, sucks to be you. Man, it's almost snowing here.
Yeah, I bet.
No, man, it was down to 44. This is Florida. Nobody owns pants. They're all inside in front of the stove because none of them have central heat either. Once you go below south of Gainesville, there's no heaters in the homes. They got these massive 6-ton air compressors to keep the house cool, but they got no heat besides the oven. Oh, it's tough on them. 60 degrees, they shut the schools down.
Oh, that's right.
We're announcing a winter day. It's 60 degrees. We're advised to stay indoors. Gather together in groups. Get in the sun. It won't be so bad, they say. All right, I'm going to take a break and get some coffee.
Bye.
I'll be back in a flash. You talk amongst yourselves.
Anything on eBay, CJ?
I'm not going to divulge my secrets. Actually, I don't know. I haven't even checked yet. I literally got home and I was stuffing my face with meatloaf when I jumped on. So ooh. I've been printing some more W holders that I'm working on, and that's literally where I'm at right now. So I haven't even begun to dig into anything yet. I haven't checked the mail today.
I should probably do that. Will I do that? Probably not, because reasons.
Yeah,
It's dark.
I checked my mail today.
I gotta watch some videos because I know this guy. What's his name? Had like a mail video that posted today. Let's see what else.
It was a fairly busy day on YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remember who it was now. It was Blues that put up a video that I haven't watched yet.
Yeah, I got these in today.
What are those? Quarters? Nickels?
That's $10 worth of nickels from 39 to 59.
Oh, very nice. I'll need them when you're done.
Scent Hoarder.
Sure.
eBay
Nice.
is a
can
good
buy
place
from
to
Face
cherry
Value.
pick. Only if you know that what you're looking for. And there's a lot of iffy pictures and descriptions that are piles of garbage. But if you really know what you're looking for, then yes.
It's caveat emptor.
I'm going through some now that's going to make your Snow 7 look like a little common penny found in the Walmart parking lot.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You can just fly kite.
Yeah, there's some good cherry picking stores on eBay. You can find coins for for $50 that are good for several times that. My best was let's see, paid 40, sold it 30 minutes after I got here for 250. There's one I paid 65 and sold it for 575. Plenty of that I bought for one value and sold for 2 to 3 times that. Yeah, you can find some really great picks because not every seller knows what they have, right? I like to focus on these small people, the really small sellers. I got 4 items listed. The bigger sellers, okay, they've got bigger staffs usually, and they oftentimes have more knowledge because, well, that's how they got big. But you get a lot of people that are just selling off old bits of their collection. They might have the date right. They might have the grade kind of in the ballpark, and a reasonable price for it, but they're not identifying, what makes it valuable. They're not identifying those varieties or the mint mark style or the mint mark shape. It's wonderful. You can get great deals.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody here now has done that. Photos are such that you can pick out the details on some of those coins that we couldn't pick out 5 years ago or 10 years ago. And another 5 years, the detail is going to be even better. But you got to watch yourself. If you're not familiar with eBay and just the fluff being slapped around there, it's awful. You can pick a seller and say, "Oh, that's fake. That's fake. That's fake. That's fake. That's fake." If you know
the one with 4 pictures, 2 of the coin, one of a safe, and one of a building in the middle of bushes.
That's the one. Every one of them's fake.
Oh yeah, the 200-year safe found in a 1954 brick and mortar building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What nobody found this thing in 200 years? Nobody found it in 150 years between when the safe was there and they built the building.
The safe came first.
They built a building around the safe, and then they found it. Oh, hey, look, there's a safe right here, guys. Look. When do you guys leave that here? Estate sales. My grandfather left me this. Great stories, if you believe them. A lot of it is just hunting for suckers, fishing for suckers. They prey on people's vanity. They prey on ignorance. They prey on your hope. And people are throwing their money away.
Yep.
You see, the 1955 poor man's double die. You see those every month or two. There'll be one that's getting $100 bid. It's tied to right?
Oh, yeah.
It's worth like nothing.
The new thing going around that I've noticed, and I'm sure it was out there before I noticed it. They're putting a coin up there that has a variety, a known variety on it, but they're selling 25 of them.
Yeah, stock photo. Yeah,
So-
I got suckered on one stock photo. I'm looking at it thinking, oh, dude, that's a peg leg Ike on a 74S proof. $4. Give me that one. Yeah. Well, you got to read the fine print. You got to scroll down and read the description of it. And it says stock photo. Yeah, they picked out that photo for particularly that reason. Don't be a sucker. You will learn if you don't get really tight on the details. You're going to learn real hard and real fast, and it'll be a pricey lesson. Hopefully, no more than $20. Texan Detector and Coin Collector says my best eBay find was he bought an Eisenhower 1890 to 1990 silver proof for $24. Oh, the Eisenhower, yeah, the commemorative dollar. It didn't get shipped, and the seller refunded my money and sent me the coin. Well, God love them. That's not too bad. I've gotten stuff and they've been fake. Send it back. Love the ones with the hot women posing beside a stack of coins and bills. What do you sell it? Whatever it is, I'll take 2 of them. Can you rush ship it? Yeah, we've gone through and scoured eBay. Sometimes we just hang around, non-publicly and just trash eBay. Come look at this 3 center. You got to see this. Look at this. There's great stuff you can find. You hunt for shield nickels and look for doubling on some of those dates. It's wonderful. 2 centers with repunched dates, 3 centers, same darn thing. Sometimes you can find some great stuff. And dude, it's a fraction of what it should be.
We're really bad about dogging on some of those eBays.
Yeah, I gotta apologize for what I said about that one guy's mom.
Oh, his mom, his sister.
That was just uncalled for. And it's a 57 penny clash with a $50 or $20.
No, $50.
$50? Okay.
Snow 9.
The seated. And about good, go for $30, then get immediately put back on eBay with the same photo for $100. That's why CJ.
No, because I saw one that looked exactly like that. It was AG at best. And I wouldn't even with the Snow 9, I wouldn't even pay $30 for that. I would pay maybe 15 for that, but and then I'm certainly not paying $100 for an AG, even if it's a Snow 9. Now, if it was a Snow 7, that is an entirely different conversation.
Is that the $20 gold?
Yeah.
That's a
real nice one.
That's my Eleanor.
There you go. What's Eleanor mean?
Eleanor's the car from Gone in 60 Seconds. The one that always gives him a hard time because he can't steal it. Something always happens. So, yeah, that Snow 7 is my Eleanor. I can find them. I've seen 3 or 4 come up online, but man, they are not cheap. Even in good 4 graded, is like $600 to $700, and that just crushes my soul.
You got no notice for this? Why not?
And the nice thing about it, CJ, you're going to end up cherry picking that thing.
Yeah, damn right.
Yeah, I get it for $15 in VF.
Even if I can cherry pick one in good,
Like, I will drop the $50 bill on that all day long in a good 4. Because one, I would have found something to complete my set, but if it was something that I can turn around and sell it for several $100s, that also may be an option.
Is that the dog looking out of the toilet?
Yeah.
He gets thirsty too. He's trying to find out Hot Wheel.
Great. Now I want to check eBay again, says Ann.
You're welcome.
Matt Hoder asking you, CJ, are flying eagles your thing?
Flying eagles are very much my thing.
Everybody's got their thing. I like everything.
Flying eagles and Indian head sense, but flying eagles are really my microscope right now.
Yeah, there's some short series, the 2 cents, the 3 cents of flying eagles. Some of these Canadians, right? Not many years. Well, not many varieties either, but very few people collecting those varieties. And not enough people hunting them down to snatch them up easily. That's why cherry picking is such a delight. Because if you know where to move the things, if you have a market that is readily available to pick up those cherry picks, yeah, now you can find them over here and sell them over there. It's a good match. It's a fantastic time to be in the hobby. My thing's in my, never mind. Coin Dragon, you talking dirty in my chat?
I think he is.
Yeah. Yeah, in fact, get into the hobby and go deep. The real value in the hobby is when you start to learn all the nuances that make a particular coin valuable, be it a rare date or a low mintage or a low surviving population. Some of these varieties are just astronomically beautiful. There was a 1983 CFA was showing it. It was Roadkill. That went for $40. I think Coin Dragon has a 1983 DDR #1. Yeah, they're slick and they go for good money.
But he's got an 83 DDR #1, #2, an 84. Dude, he is like all of the freaking 80s. Like, dude, I don't even know. Oh yeah, 2 of the 84 DDOs, huh?
2. He's got my share, your share, blue share.
Come
One for
on.
himself. Come on.
Come on.
He keeps hogging everything.
Come on, leave something for us, will you? Yeah. Overdate seeded dimes. You get those. Sometimes you see the seeded dimes are going to have the date up here in the rock that she's sitting on. Shay got one of them. He didn't tell me. Did he just get it? Yeah, there's some beauties out there. I want to get more into colonial copper and old copper, the early stuff. I just have a tremendous lack of draped bust specimens on my desk right now, I think.
Check the floor.
Okay. There might be a few there.
Yeah, there might be a few there.
Yeah, half of all the surviving draped bust coins are under the desk right now.
Well, but
I
think I think Blues and I had a conversation one night about was it like half dimes or something that you could go out on eBay and buy like a few hundred and literally have a percentage of the entire surviving specimen.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of those years, 1860s in particular. You got 3, 4, 500 surviving specimens. Here's 10 on eBay. Next month, there'll be 10 more. You keep it up for a year, just pick them all up. Yeah, you're going to have, what, a 10%, 20%, a third of all known specimens? All of them. Seriously, you look at the two centers. I talked about this one before. You got 60, 70,000 surviving two centers. And at any given time on eBay, you're going to find 1,000, maybe 1,200 two centers. So, geez, are they just continually flipping the same darn coins? No, they tend to hold on to those. Yeah, there's a lot of beaters. I mean, just shredded. The ones that survived because they were under some porch stairs. But there's a lot of real nice beauties out there that could be had for a couple of $100. What if you got the word out in this little coin community where you have, you know, a couple of thousand serious numismatists, and they were to focus on the two centers for a year? You'd snatch up all the decent pieces worth having. Snatch them up. You'd snatch up all the small value coins, the $20 and $30 pieces. What would that do to the market values?
You're right.
It doesn't, when you have so few surviving specimens, it doesn't take much to screw up the market, to drive, to become a force behind the market values.
I know that ain't Dragon online. I don't hear no feedback.
That's him. He's not muted. I don't think he's got a microphone plugged in.
I know that was just I'm sorry, Frank, but that was wrong.
He was drinking coffee.
Why I oughta.
You're gonna reach through the internet and choke me.
I think the 1857 Flying Eagle cent was only issued for 1 year. Yeah, they had some other years they issued them.
You got a 56, CJ?
Sevens.
No, I do not have a 56. I have an obverse of 56 for the 57s.
Me too, I think.
What? Aren't the 56s trial pieces?
Proof.
Proofs?
Both on the issue.
600, is that right?
What's up?
600 pieces?
Something like that.
With the exchange, yeah.
With the exchange.
Okay. There,
Carry the one.
I got that Snow 21. I put it in the flip, but I wrote Snow 21 on the Flying Eagle holder. Oh, man.
Oh.
No.
You had one job, Ken.
I know, and I flubbed it.
Ken, just do what I do. Get a felt tip and put it on the coin. Then if the coin falls out of the flip, you still know what it is.
I know what all this stuff is, huh? Okay, I don't know what that one is. There's the S in a
yes.
holder with a label. Done. Yeah, I was going to pull this out, and that's when I realized what was wrong. There. Here's some eye candy.
Before anybody gets any ideas in chat, do not write on your coins.
Yeah, that's pretty hot.
No, write it on a piece of paper and staple it to your coin.
Ah!
Oh, God.
Hot glue it. Hot glue it.
Hot glue it. Get the JBL.
If somebody was awake at this hour.
Well, there goes the stream. It just went to heck.
James Longacre is rolling over in his grave because of you folks.
Yeah.
He probably doesn't like I call him Long Acorn either.
Long acorn. Yeah.
Oh, I got a great example of Longacre dumpling. Where's that?
Yeah, P commented, creating errors one staple at a time.
Oh.
Oh, that hurts.
So
Creating neurosis.
if you put a staple on a coin and you put a wood block on top of it and then you hit it with a hammer, is it still an error?
Yeah, it works for me.
An error by the collector.
Right.
Yeah, it's a self-inflicted error.
No premium except to the coin holder.
The only premium is when you have to go to the ER and fill out a report on what actually happened. That's the premium.
Wire brush. Yes, and Horner, I agree. Why no wire brush? Cleans my coins and makes them super shiny
Yeah.
too.
In
And it
record
fills them up so
time.
you can fit more in a tube.
Here it is. I got it.
You can make any coin a proof with some 3M car polish.
Turtle wax. Yeah, there you go.
Just saying.
Just throw that out there. Was that
Just throw
Ken?
that out.
You ready for this? You ready?
What happened?
No, I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Longacre doubling.
That's right.
Oh.
Humor. Oh, gosh.
Humor.
I thought it was funny as hell. Yeah. I'll give you back to glory here. There you go.
All right. I gotta let my dog out and get some coffee.
Let my coffee out and get some. What?
So where's the hobby going if they kill off the coinage and go to a cashless society?
People
We're
are probably
talking-
going to hang on to everything they got like their, what's.
How far in the future are we talking? 10 years, 20, 50?
Well, if they start with these damn stupid chips, who knows? Guess it depends on who's at the top.
Well, we got a EBT. No, not the EBT. The debit cards. They're accounting for almost half of the economy at this point. Almost half of all spending is done with a piece of plastic, swiping a piece of plastic.
What I like to call the damn it card.
The debit cards.
But yes.
Yep. At what point are we cashless? At what point is change no longer needed? You just swipe it. Technology is coming out. Smartphones. Good Lord, everybody's got a camera. They know exactly where you are. You can take a movie of where any place you are, anytime, day and night, and charge it up on your car.
Mm-hmm. I got one of those little car cams too. I haven't mounted it yet. It's too cold.
You got a phone. You got an app in there. All you got to do is type in the code on the vending machine, select what you want, press the button, out pops your soda, and it's paid for. And you never use the vending machine, except as a retainer of the product.
I think that we could probably still go at least 2, maybe 3 generations before we see a significant opportunity in being able to obtain coins to collect. I think there are so much coinage that exists just right now, whether that be what we would classify as modern coin, or even going back to the Roman coins that still are flush in the market. That stuff isn't like it's gonna be a while before that stuff is not immediately readily available.
Yeah, I think everybody that's got like the older stuff, like we hang on to, a lot of us, that's going to be super rare. People are just going to hang on to them.
Well, you double the population in 30 years. You should be able to double the population of coin collectors in that same amount of time. And if you double the population of people who collect coins, well, effectively, all those rare coins are twice as rare. And we've got a pretty solid influx of new collectors these past few years, in part because of what we see on YouTube and the Facebook groups and the digitalization of the hobby. We're reaching more people. Training them up is another thing. It takes a while before they break away from, collecting wheat pennies into getting into these older series, the Oh, the V nickels that are in superior shape. The high grade wheat pennies. Those magnificent half pennies and 2 cents.
I was going to say half cents. Yep.
It's leading them from the common stuff into the rare stuff that's the challenge. Because, geez, that stuff gets expensive real quick.
Yep.
You know, you snatch up 1,000 half dimes off of eBay. That's a huge portion. Is that something we should focus on? Is picking those things up and then training people about them?
Right up that noodle.
Yep, these coins are rare. This one's unique. Buy it now, $99. Buy 5 or more, it's 10% off. 250 to 300 a coin. Oh yeah, they get a lot higher.
Limited.
They get a lot higher. I haven't broken 1,000, but a couple of times.
Ugh, never and won't. Probably ever.
Yeah, you're nervous when you write that check. Of course, back in the day, that was you actually wrote a check.
This is true.
I haven't spent more than 500, maybe 3 times in the last 3 years. And they're beauties. They're wonderful coins.
What do you think?
But right now, most of my market is in the $50 to $150 range and smaller.
Yeah, I'm
Getting
pretty
those
sure I
high-
haven't broke that either.
Pardon?
I'm pretty sure I haven't broke that either. 150.
Yeah, that's a bit much. You start
Well-
getting nervous.
Oh, Sun Hoarder.
Am I going to sit on this for 6 months?
All right, I'm back.
Well, about time. We were getting nervous.
But
And this absolutely kills me. So I was looking at the Snow 7, and there's one right now that is just, I mean, well defined. And right now it's got a straight up price for $2,000.
Sweet.
caramba.
Oh, and it's a graded fine.
Wow.
Like,
Fine.
you imagine
fine.
what just an AU of that would just be?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. 8 to 10,000 bucks, easy.
Where would you
Oh.
like to live?
right? Just it, and it gives me heart palpitations when I see it, because I'm like, oh, I know what that is.
Say, oh, Mr. Rick, would you like to buy this one?
I know what had to have happened in order for that coin to exist, and that's the part that gets me. So
the really
bad.
rare stuff always outperforms the rest of the market. The coins with a surviving population of less than 100, those are the rarest. Those are the few and far between, and they always outperform everything else in the market. Year after year, they're always on sale.
I have another halftime. Speaking of. I just can't let go of these things.
Yeah, they're addictive.
Hey, you know, if you get on eBay and you put in half cents, but you make a mistake and put half nickel, it doesn't bring up any coins.
Nothing, huh?
Wait, no, hold on.
It wasn't
So Blues, how exactly did you come across this particular piece of information?
Because I just did it.
somebody told me about it.
Yeah.
Jeff brings up a great point. You got the silver stackers out there. Grab it up, silver. The eagles, the maple leaves, pandas, koalas, all the rounds. That's a great source for getting people involved into the rare coins. They're already spending good money. Get them into the rare coins. Ooh, a 70/70 typeset would be wonderful. Go to Blue Ridge. He's buying them up. I've seen Blue Ridge buy some good coins at the Long Beach show before.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He did a video a couple years back. He just had a coin show, and yep, here's some more bust halves, Overton 106 or whatever. He's just rattling it off, and he shows them to you. Real darlings too.
I bet.
Step one is identification, being able to identify the coins correctly.
Absolutely. Especially if you're going to get into something like that.
Where? Blue Ridge Silverhound. Let's see. Try typing in Overton on a search on his videos. And I think it was the Long Beach show. 2 years ago, maybe 3. Yeah, he got some gorgeous pieces. I want to go to a big show like that. I want to have a seminar before a big show like that with a bunch of people and talk about stuff and get them learned up, and then flash mob the whole darn bourse. Okay, you guys take that side, we'll take this side. Go. Be like bulls in a china shop.
Yeah, just get a bunch of people with deep pockets and just buy up every on one particular series.
Pickers unite.
Yep. Today we're just going after 3-cent silvers. XF and better. Go get them, babies.
That would actually be really a lot of fun, is to go through and have just a couple of people go through and just pillage certain series. That would be fun.
Oh man, full red 2 centers. Proof V Nichols.
And then sell them out back.
Yep. And gather them up and have a video and just show the carcasses you gathered.
Flash sale.
Hey, there's Victoria. I'm gonna change this around.
There she be.
There she is. Victoria just had a big push to break over 1,000, and by God, she did it. Congratulations,
Nice.
Victoria. Here she is.
Congratulations.
She's got a big yellow head. I don't know if you knew that, but she never puts her head on screen because that's actually a profile shot.
That's
True
for better
story.
seeing putty tads.
Matte Proof Lincolns. Boy, that's a hard one. I've got a shows looking for Matte Proof Lincolns, and they got none, or they got one, and it's a Proof 62. Those are hard to get. People get those, and they don't let them go easily. David got 4,000 pennies on notifications.
I got another bunch from the bank that have the black dots on them. On the outside of the wrappers.
Halloween rolls.
Halloween rolls.
Yeah, Imperial says I found the cool kids. Yeah, they're all over there in chat. We keep inviting them over here, though. So congrats on the 1,000, Victoria.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No place to go but up now. Yeah, we got some good shout outs for you.
Solar rolls.
I'll go back to my penny.
Yeah. I gotta make sure they're full too.
A $55 bag of BU Memorials. And find some nice stuff occasionally. Oh, I was looking at, what was it? Shay and I were looking at 72 Memorial bag, 5,000 pieces. They're pushing $800 nowadays.
Wow.
Good Lord. Well, if you get a hit, that's nice, but that's few and far between. That's awfully pricey to, for a chance to find something.
Yeah, that's a gamble, is what that is.
Well, some of these they used to put the pennies in 5,000 count sacks, and they've been trading for decades, right? One guy buys them from a dealer and he takes them home, throws them up on a shelf, leaves them there for 10 years, sells to somebody else, and they've been traded so many times and shuffled around in that bag so many times, you're lucky to get MS62s out of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I mean, you get a lot of nice coins, right? They're all uncirculated, and there's 5,000 of them, but they're beat up. You know, they're rife with contact marks. Every now and then you get a bag got exposed to God knows what, and they're all discolored and spotted. Yep. So you spent, $200 and you got nothing but 5,000 spotty coins. You just lost $150.
Oh, that's some wood.
The notification was from Blue Ridge. What is he selling bags of wheats?
Well, here's a minor 84.
Like had die cracks here.
Hey.
Oh, CJ,
Yes.
I finally finished those pennies up.
The ones you've been working on for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Do you just absolutely loathe pennies now?
I'm so sick of looking at pennies. I did $100 worth of circulated memorials.
How many picks did you get out of that?
Small handful that I got to go through.
No.
It's a distillation process. Yeah, sometimes you get good boxes. Sometimes you get nothing. I usually get 1 or 2 decent things out of there.
When I took those back and turned them in, I was happy.
Because now you get to do it again.
No. February 4th. February 4th is the release of the 2020 quarter.
So you're going to hit the quarters for a while.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck. OK City. Good spot for it.
As soon as my bank gets the new ones in. And I gotta find out what the release date is on the nickels. I don't know what the release date is on the 2020 nickels.
No, let's look it up.
I couldn't find it.
They're in proof sets.
Yep.
So it's whenever the 2020 proof sets come out.
Okay, you go to the U.S. Mint website, usmint.gov. Right up here, you got product schedule for 2020. And let's see, scroll down and find the proof sets. The quarters are coming out a week ago. Well, that's good. In the proofs. What's this one? That Georgia thing. What's this one? Silver proof set quarters on February 20. And they don't have pictures yet. Silver proof set, spring of 2020. That's as much as we know. Have we got a price on them yet? Because silver has spiked, so I would imagine the price on the set would have spiked as well. Uncirculated sets, right after that.
So when the proof sets come out, when the nickels should be out somewhere in that same time period?
You can have the nickels in the silver proof set. That'll be the reverse proof nickel. You'll have them in the uncirculated set, which will be the business strike nickel. And the regular proof set will have the regular proof W nickel. And I may have scrolled past the proof set.
So you got to get the silver proof to get the reverse nickel.
Yeah.
Right. No, I'm looking at the 2020 nickel rolls you get from the bank.
Oh, those will be released. They're probably there now. Sometime in the next couple of weeks, we're going to start to see them.
I'll get a quiet proof, not a damn silver one.
February 27, we get the first proof W nickel. And we're going to price you at $32 for the set. And there's no mention of the premium nickel in there. But it's coming. February 27 at noon. You want to hit the button, which will say buy instead of remind me. Let's see. What date is this? 122? All right. So it'll look like this.
No.
Add to bag. Well, I don't know if you can see that really. There it is. It'll say add to bag, and you can, get however many. Check your product limit or household limit. There'll be some limits on a few things. Usually the gold and the silver coins. Okay, but when it turns red, you're in business. Right now it's blue. So mark your calendars. 1 month and 5 days. 12 noon Eastern time, and make sure you pay attention to the time.
Nice.
It's coming. Proof set is out. No, Ant. The proof set will be available on February 27th. We'll try to give you a heads up on the Q&A.
On February 29th.
W. Nichols and the proof sets will be released at the Atlanta A&A show. When is the Atlanta A&A show? Because they don't go on sale on the Mint website until the 27th. The proof set is out. Well, it's not February. Proof set 2020. Yeah, that's not showing up here on the site. The quarter proof set is out.
The quarters are out, and then the birthday set.
That's it. Okay, that's probably it. Because the birthday set, the happy birthday, what's that one? I got to look at it.
That's the first one. Came out January 3rd.
Yeah, those are proofs.
Those are
The A&A show is February 27th, 29th.
There you go. Right on time. So that'll coincide with the Mint sale. I own the 2020 proof link, and it's in my hand right now. I'm going to take you over here back to the Mint website. Here's a screenshot. So the Mint has been releasing coins since the start of the year, and the first thing it released is the birth set. And that has, there you go, 2020 dated proof coin. So that'll be the penny, nickel, dime, quarter, and half. And I'm going to guess the dollars in there. Oh, here you go. Kennedy, National Park of America, Samoa quarter, and America ATB quarters, the dime, the nickel, the penny. There's no dollar in there? No dollar coin in there. So that's your first source of proof coins for 2020. The next one was the Happy Birthday set, also released on January 3rd. And here we go. Same darn thing pretty much, just a different, slightly different package. Happy birthday from the United States Mint. Kennedy $50, the Tallgrass Prairie National Preserve quarter from the ATB program, the dime, nickel, and penny. No W nickel in those. Then the Happy Birthday currency. Why is a Mint selling currency? Okay, the American Innovation Dollar came out on the 7th of January. American Eagle proof came out on the 9th of January. Then you got the Congratulations set. Okay, what do we got in there?
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you overpaid on this item.
You paid $65.50, and you got an ASE with a W.
Boo.
Okay, there's your proof Eagles.
If you watch my video on the birth year set, you would know this information.
There you go. Watch all Blues shows.
What? Who? What?
What? Blues did a video?
Yeah. The preamble platinum is out. That's nope, that comes out in 8 more days. That's the next thing coming up is this gorgeous thing, platinum. Isn't that pretty? You got this chick with this. What's going on with her? Who wears their hair like that anymore? And what's with the togas? Okay, well, apparently all the American innovators and pioneers back when they declared independence wore rope belts and togas.
And looked like Princess Leia.
And it looked like Princess Leia. Where's the buns in her head? No, those are roses.
Ooh, what an idea. Have a toga party, and your entry is you got to turn. You got to have a token to get in.
No.
Lots of detail on that bird.
Wait a minute.
$100 worth of platinum. All right. Set your reminder, January 30 at noon is when that comes up. February, you got the American Samoa 2020 rolls and bags. No W in there.
Maybe it's a bathroom.
But that will be PDS. Okay, National Park American Samoa uncirculated 5-ounce silver, that big gaudy thing with a bat.
It's a hockey puck.
I want my baby bat, baby bat, baby bat.
Those
Ribs.
those bags you get from the mint. That's a good source to find clip planchette, isn't it?
That'd be the place. You probably won't get them in rolls.
For some reason, I thought he was going to say good source of protein.
That's a family
Right.
channel.
I watched too many commercials.
That's your best source for clips is the bags.
Man, I just found a really nice 62D in a roll. Scuffed
Let me
up.
guess.
Nice luster.
It's one of those eBay 101s. Has a DDO, a DDR, an RPM, a clash, 15 die cracks,
DYE cracks.
and the picture is blurry, so you can barely make out that it's a penny.
And the coin's on an angle.
And the coin's on
Now, the 100 coin bag is $36.75. Comes out on February 3 at noon.
so $11 more than face value.
Yeah, but you get the great bag. 40 coin
Yeah.
roll is $20, double face value. They'll
Good
make
chance
money
it's
on those.
mirrors.
The 3 roll set with a P, D, and S, $49.25. Wow, a $20 premium.
Yeah, but you piece that out on eBay, you'll make your money plus.
Yeah, $1 a piece, $2 a piece. You see those all the time. $1.95 shipped. They throw it in an envelope. Let me shut down half these windows.
I wanted to answer a question that somebody had. A spiked head die crack. I have cherry picked 13 Flying Eagles to date. Well, I'm sorry, 13 that I have in my collection. I have cherry picked probably closer to probably in the ballpark of about 20 total, 20 to 25.
One or two.
Yeah, they're out there. Shay Housemaster over at Mantic Coins, he's hit the 2 centers pretty good. He's found some really nice double dies and repunch dates. They can be found. There's different strategies to employ. Do you go after the auction items? Do you go after the sellers that don't have a lot of listings? Do you go after newly listed items? That's a great one. If you go for the buy it now, not an auction that was newly listed, that's a great chance to get it first. Look for the stuff that was recently listed, and you can just pluck it right now. And that's just a rate.
Newly listed, buy it now.
Free shipping.
Right.
Even better.
Just the Snow 7. I have not cherry picked the Snow 7 yet.
Okay, I'm going to step away for a moment.
That is one of those things that I'm really willing to do, to cherry pick a Snow 7, but realistically, probably not. that one will probably be the last one in my set.
Is that the reverse clash?
No, that's the obverse clash, but it's like
That's right.
the entire obverse is just foobar.
I've been looking for that reverse pretty heavily.
Yeah, the Snow 8.
Yeah.
See, the Snow 8's really like, if you were to look anywhere, if you just look at the N between the N and the E, like right in that space, it like if you look right there, it will stand out like nobody's business.
Yeah, and the curve coming off the corn into the E on the top sticks out to me too.
Yeah, that's just one of those things that just that little piece, and how how much that it stands out once you identify that just that one piece, and just like how could you miss it after that?
I think I saw maybe a worn version of that. I can't remember the numbers. The one where that's got the big die chip in the wing.
16.
16. Okay.
Yep.
I think I saw a worn down one of those earlier.
Yeah, and that's one of those that you can pick those up for cheap, because it's very specific about what it looks like.
It's like boom.
Yeah, but the Snow 7 is just a stupid monster.
The thing that should not be.
It's a big fat die chip right here.
Different
Yep.
spot.
How's that?
It's
Yeah.
It's right on the edge of the one spot where he was pointing. It's right in the middle of the wing, right there. Go left. Left. Right there.
Right
Okay.
around.
From right there down about 3 lines, that is the space where the die chip sits.
Big fat blob. Can't mess
Big
it.
fat blob.
Must have
Teardrop,
warned it.
weeping wing. I've heard it called a bunch of different things.
It's ginormous.
Yeah, it stands out once you see it.
You look at the eye. That's a great spot to pick it up. Check the letters, especially on the left and the right. Check the shape of the inside of the O in of.
You have touched the eye.
Look for this wonderful clash mark over here through America.
Yeah.
Snow 9.
Here. All right. And what's down here you check?
The line straight down
Somewhere there's something down here you check. I don't know what CJ would know.
from the tail feathers, I think.
Somewhere down here.
I look at the A and then the top of the tail, because just the doubling that exists on the A will point out about 6 of the doubled dies.
There you go. Handy stuff. Jeff says there's a guy in his coin club who has the flyer with the clash of the $20 gold die.
Oh,
That's 9 or 16?
it's 7.
7? I knew it was. That's what I said. One of them things.
Oh,
That is D7.
Eleanor. That is just one of those that will probably be the last one to get, and that one will, unless I can cherry pick it, that one will be a graded specimen, specifically because of that design. But that's one of those things that, like, who do you know, or that that has ever talked about completing an entire set of 1857 varieties?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Well, just you.
Just you.
Yeah.
Because I'm weird.
It's all right.
It's,
When it's done, it'll be spectacular. Hell, it's spectacular now.
It's flyers. It's
right.
Kenzie, get down.
Give us an update on those. Show us what you got so far.
I have.
Because you've upgraded some of them already.
No, not recently. I did identify an 18, but it's sketchy.
Is that the weak one that's corroded?
No, the 18 has a specific doubling on the U, on the left side of the coin, but where it's located is out of the country. So that's one of
Okay.
those that
You'll never see that money again.
I think I know who the seller is.
Hey, there's Jeff Stanley.
He's been here.
I wasn't watching chat. My fault.
Well, the chat's the best part.
Yeah.
Is that the dude in Germany, CJ?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so the lowest grade that I have is I have one that is an about good. Then I'm averaging between a fine and a very fine for everything else.
Oh.
Yeah, they start getting good. A lot of folks have never been to a coin shop or a coin show and haven't seen these coins, even without the varieties, just the normal designs on a lot of these things. Never seen them before, except in pictures.
That's one of the advantages of going to coin shows. You get to see stuff you just never thought you're. And I love just browsing the tables for stuff like that.
Bring a bucket to catch the drool.
A bib.
Man,
Yeah.
it's beautiful stuff.
Those stadium buddies help too.
Stadium, yeah. I don't have time to pee. I'm just going here. Oh, my bad.
Yeah, just scoot under the table. So where's your collection heading? CJ, when you get to all the snows, what's next? What's the next level for you?
Well, next after the 57s is going to be the 58s. And then after that is going to be into some of the Indian heads, because there's just so many of these coins that have a history behind them. The other thing that I've been kind of kicking around is a little bit of some commemoratives. But then the other thing was so-called dollars. Because there are some so-called dollars that have a really rich history in, the things that they are commemorating. Like I thought about putting together some shadow boxes or some like some plaques, or I'm not sure what the right word, where it has like an 1892, 1893 Columbian half exposition, a so-called dollar, and then like one of the original programs
Like a
from the Columbian Exposition World's Fair.
Yeah.
So then you have the entire history in like in a snapshot, something like that.
Very cool.
How many of those programs are still around?
I've seen a couple that have been posted online. There's even one when I was doing research on the 20-cent coin, that somebody had a newspaper that had the article talking about the release of the 20-cent coin.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
When you talk about history, like that's what I'm talking about.
Came from a local paper. Typeset by hand.
Wow, I would suspect there would be announcements for the release of the 3-center or the 2-center, the soon-to-be released small Indian cent, be changed to the Lincoln penny. Geez, has anybody checked the New York Times for that? There's got to be in there.
Yeah, did they call it Liberty Headdress or what did they call it?
Stuff like that is kind of just really the thing that interests me, because these coins have a story to tell, and so it's fun to really get into what had to happen for this coin to even exist, and what was going on in the times of for like the 20 cent to exist. Well, there was a lot that had to occur. The process for the 20 cents started 11 years before it came out. So like there's a lot of things that had to have happened just for it to exist. They went through all this trouble, picked a design, minted it, and sent it out to the public, and they were like, well, what is this garbage? So then they had to recall
Sounds familiar.
735,000 out of the 1.1 million pieces that were minted in San Francisco, and melted them because of how ill that they were received by the public.
It's like we were Susan B. Anthony. What is this garbage?
Gosh, they hated that thing.
It's like a quarter.
Nobody liked that thing. It was awful. It still is. There's hundreds of millions of them out there. Let's melt those things down.
We should have been so lucky they could have melted them.
So it's those kind of things that I just really get into because of the history.
Really cool.
Because there's nothing that talks about the history on some of these coins. Like, yeah, they talk about sales and rarity and that kind of stuff, but what's the story? What's the history behind these coins? Because they all have a story to tell. The 2 cents, the 3 cent, the 3 cent, the difference from 1865 when they changed from the 3 cent silver, the Trime, to the 3 cent nickel.
What about
because everyone was hoarding copper and silver from Civil War, so they had to make coins, but they didn't have the materials to do it.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I just did a search on eBay about newspaper articles about coins. Yeah, that stuff, those papers are not cheap.
Like the old ones?
30, 40, 50, 60 bucks, $200.
Ugh.
Well, that and it depends what it is, because if it's something that you put it together, just like you're buying a coin that is 150 some years old. Yeah, you're gonna spend a little bit of money about it, and especially if it's in better condition. But I think just the individual pieces is well worth the investment, because when you put that all together, then it paints such a good story about what life was like that is reflective in our coinage. Just saying.
I got 1857 pulled up on a timeline here. Let me show you this. This is a great date for you. Here's a screen. Okay, where is it's gone? 1857. Check this out. Count them up. You got a braided half cent. Been out there for several years. A lot of these were proofs, but a couple of these were for circulation. You got a braided hair large cent, and probably some coronets. I mean, it's only 20 years out. You got some classic head half cents in circulation. The Flying Eagle penny just came out. You got a silver 3 cent in circulation. You got half dimes, the seated, maybe some really old ones. The capped bust are still in circulation. You got capped bust and seated dimes. Same thing with a quarter, capped bust and seated, $50. You got the dollar coins out there. What was out there in 57? Cap bust, the seated living. Their Grobrecht dollars about to come up. When was that? It's somewhere around there. I got to look it up. Okay, you got the gold coins because they weren't using a whole lot of currency yet. You got the large Indian, the small Indian, the Liberty head on the dollar. You got the coronet quarter eagle. The Indian princess on the $3 gold was out, right, in 1857. Let's see, the $4, when was that? 1880s? Okay, the $4 was not out yet. But you got half eagles, eagles, and double eagles. all floating around in circulation. Maybe not in the same hands, but they were out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's see. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different coins in circulation in 1857, not counting the older stuff, their equivalent of the wheat pennies. Still in circulation. Wow, we got a penny, nickel, dime, quarter, and half.
Yeah.
Try keeping that straight in your cash register till.
What a mess.
Nope, can't take this. It's been shaved.
Yeah.
Yep. We're going to weigh this up. You had periods in time when getting metal was difficult. So a lot of the early coppers, they got bites taken out of them because people are saving up a little bite from every coin to make a spoon or a cup.
Something of copper, yeah.
Yep. The silver, same thing. They're just taking a little bit off of there. Just take a piece of a reed off. And you do that with enough coins, and what do you know? You got a little satchel of silver. And there's a month's pay.
Copper is naturally antibacterial too, so they like that a lot.
Oh, yeah. You're born with a silver spoon in your mouth? Absolutely. So where are you taking your collection, Coin Dragon?
This current one is going to take quite some time, I think. In the meantime, I'll continue to coin roll hunt and find what I can. I thought maybe about putting together a couple of the blue folders. Easy enough to do. In fact, I've got like just bottles of BU stuff that I throw, if it's decent, I put it in the bottle. I could probably fill 2 of those albums by now.
There you go.
But I don't know, probably higher quality stuff eventually. Once I get a little bit more settled. But yeah, that coin roll hunting is what I started with, so I'm going to do that forever.
Hey, there's no stopping it. Sen Hoarder asks, Ken, what sets have you completed and what sets do you want to complete? I've completed a set of Lincoln cents. That does not include the 22D or the 55 double die because, well, those are varieties, but I had all the rest. Every darn one of them. It's a beautiful thing. It's a great sense of accomplishment. And really not that many people have completed a full set of Lincolns. And it was complete for about 4 months. And then, of course, I didn't have the 2016 because they weren't out. I'm looking for those. But for about a year and a half, I had a full set. It was lovely. Completed a set of Jefferson nickels. Okay, a couple of those are a little bit tougher, but really, that's probably the easiest one to collect. The easiest. You can assemble almost all of it entirely from circulation.
I
So
have.
board nickels will be a little tough. You have?
Yep. Full set of Jeffersons, all from corner hunting.
There you go. The silvers will be a little tough, but those are, you can do that. Is that it? I think that might be it. I mean, I got piles of Mercuries, piles of Buffaloes. Also, I got a lot of them. I really haven't reviewed them lately to see. Kennedys, I've been kind of close, but never got in. They don't really turn me on. Oh, I've had a complete set of Susan B. Uglies. Please don't tell anybody.
Yeah, that's my next video.
One of those things that just happened.
Susan B. Seahags.
Oh, God. Yeah. And back in 86, I had a complete set of Silver Eagles. I had one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
One.
I had one. I had a full set. Woohoo! That's it.
All right.
Bunches of Franklins and Walkers here and there, but never went after them as a set, as an objective. I think I'd like to put together a complete set of half cents.
I'm kind of digging these foreign errors too.
And I was close with the 2 centers, but never got the 64 small motto or the 72 or 73. And 73 is going to be a little tough. 72 is bad enough. Right now we're playing with, we got a few other projects in the works right now. So putting together a complete set at this point is not really my objective. Mostly I'm just having fun.
My
Did you
kid
see
just
my-
scared the living crap out of herself.
Did you see my bat video?
Oh, yes. I think.
Oh yeah. That 14-second video that made me laugh for 30 minutes. It's
What are you
still
working on, Sen Hoarder? Sense?
Oh, jeez.
I suggest you get into higher quality coins and go for a complete set. Just some
You want my
memorials are tough enough. I've been working on a set of quarters for 3 years, trying to get all the ATBs and state quarters. I'll never get those. Come on. There's hundreds of them. But it'll be a great looking piece when I'm done. I get every date, but not every date and mint mark and finish. Okay, Sen Hoarder says for 2020, complete his wheats in all mint state. Yes, I have the whole set. You're missing an 11S, a 14D, and a 14S. Well, 2 of those should be no problem at all.
But the 14D, they're easy to find. They're on eBay as 44s altered. Just saying.
It's true.
God, what time is it? I'm
There
going
it
to
is.
get
There
tired.
it is.
Everything else is 63 or higher. They're beautiful when they're like that, aren't they? Man, you get all 63 reds, 64 reds, 65 reds. Chuck Daughtry's putting together a matched set, like XFAU, all the same color. That's hard. 50s in brown, that's tough because they're so badly circulated. And some of those dates are darn tough to get the right color, get the color matched up just right. But when you have a uniform set, that's fantastic. Several people are working on Woody sets. Those are beautiful when you look at those things in a folder in an album side by side. It's just it's a visual delight. You got 4 14Ds, but not in 63. I got at least one, except details. Yeah, it's a great shape, except for the scratch.
Except for the slab.
There might be a couple more behind me somewhere. I don't know.
You sell the 14Ds, use that money to get your 63.
Yeah, 14D in mid state, they get into 2,000 to 4,000 pretty easily.
Oh, never mind.
That's a conditional rarity. Those. The Lincoln Senate just come out 5 years before, and they realized there weren't that many collectors back in the day, but those who were collecting had realized, oh, the S and SVDB are kind of low mintage in the 10S and 11S and 12S. And they were gathering those up, and the 14D just kind of slipped under the radar. And they weren't snatched up. They weren't hoarded. They weren't gathered in high grades. They learned, the collectors early on learned the mistake and did not repeat it come 31S. And they hoarded the heck out of those, which is why you have so many 1931S's in brilliant uncirculated grades. So they're a conditional rarity in low grades. Kind of neat. It's hard to get a cheap one.
Yeah.
Try that one out. They're all great.
That one I heard.
We gave one. Who got that one we gave away? CFA got that 31S we gave away. Mike Kittle had won that in the big show. And there was something else in there. You get an 11S. You get a 31S. I traded him a 24D for a T-shirt. He's put together a good set. He's only a couple more away, probably a 14D and a 09S. And the big one. You got at least 100 coins of every year from 58 to 2019. Well, that's 50 years, 100 coins. You can probably cash in $49 or maybe $48.50. Yeah.
With the exchange.
Just keep the best. The hell with the rest. Keep the best 100. That'd be good. What is a reasonable point? How many do you collect? Right? You can get these the moderns. You get whole rolls of different things. How many is reasonable to have? One at least. How about a couple of them? So you got a couple of backup sets. How about a roll or 2 or 5? How many is enough? What's the cutoff limit? At what point do you say, I collect coins and I have a problem? That's the kind of thing I should have said years ago, really.
Never.
What
Well,
would that be? Coin Collecting Anonymous?
when you get a 4-inch thick solid tabletop and it's sagging, you might have to coin.
No, that means you just failed at constructing your workspace.
That's a solid table. When the house leans,
When
maybe
a
you have a
sinkhole
problem.
forms a black hole forms and
When trees are gravitationally attracted to the house, you might have a problem.
there you go.
NASA sends a shuttle up and it leans toward your house and they scrap a mission. You might have a problem.
Wait a minute, there's a gravitational anomaly over Florida.
Ken's house is hurricane safe.
What's your email type? Type ! Email. kpvalive.com. You'll find it. I can type that real quick. ! Email.
Real quick. Yeah.
That might work.
Whoa.
Yeah, wait for it. A little message should pop up.
Bing.
There's Value Hunter.
All right, boys. It's time for me to bail. I gotta work because reasons.
Work? That's where you make money and buy more coins?
That would be correct. I gotta
Wow.
make money to buy more coins because the coins aren't going to cherry pick themselves. It is my sole responsibility to pluck them from the wretches of Flea Bay, to have them join the ranks.
It's our duty to rescue these coins.
Yep, CJ, you need an app.
All right, gentlemen. I'll
Oh,
see you
well,
guys around.
Well, Frank lost his connection.
All
All right. Rest well, CJ. Good to see you.
See you guys around. We'll talk to you later.
right, have a good night, brother.
Later.
It's just you and me,
And
baby.
now we're
And Coin Dragon.
Yeah,
Yep, there he is.
Kit
What'd you do after-
jumped on USB hub, disconnected everything. So yeah,
There it is.
Yeah.
It happens.
I'm gonna plug my phone in.
it's 3 a.m. It's time for her to be all kinds of squirrely.
Is it? Sierra 62 Silver just showed up. Good to see you. Dave Carlisle's in here. Dave Blakely, Value Hunter. Jeff Stanley.
And then there were two and a guy on dial-up.
Sierra 62's been here a while. I've been missing chat. If Ken sends me his email or something, I can send you pics to show you my set. Oh, we'd love to see that. Let me pull up, I wonder what the email is. What's this? This is a U.S. Mint website. Nothing yet.
All right, I'm going to book 2.
Okay, baby. Yeah.
Take care, guys.
How long have we been on? We've been on for 3 hours?
249, yeah.
Good
Yeah.
lordy. Okay. Snot Holder, I'm going to give you a command here. QA. Number or exclamation point QA. We've got a show on Thursdays, a few of us put together. Sometimes Blues is involved when he's not bowling. Coin Dragon is a regular on the panel. And people send in their coins, and we take a look at them, pick them apart, tell them what we think. They ask a question usually about it, but geez, if you got a full set of MS-63 Lincolns, yeah, we could show that off. So right there in the chat, you've got an email for checkmycoin@yahoo.com. And Thursday night, starting at 8 o'clock or 8:30 Eastern, yeah, we start looking at those things. Well, we yak first for like a half an hour. Then we look at pictures. We'd love to see those. You find Black Beauty in that lot from Kittle?
Value Hunter, as much as it's killing me,
I think you might have just blown the cover on something.
I am not going to go through that bag to look for varieties or anything until I do it live. And it's killing me because I want to get into it and look, but I want to do a live stream doing it.
Do it.
So,
because now it's killing us.
yeah, it's going to happen real soon because I want to get into that bag bad.
Oh, did you get a piece of his giant bag of nickels?
Yeah, I got a piece of that.
Very nice.
Sure did. I wasn't going to pass that up. I love nickels. Yep. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I got to do some research on how to identify a Black Beauty in 1959.
Yeah. He comes into the date, and there's some particular die markers to hunt for, but you can't go on color alone. That's the thing. You got to go on finish as well as the markers.
Right.
And once they're circulated, it doesn't take much to change that color and alter that finish. And then what?
Yep.
Yeah, they're
That's
getting
why
passed around. They've been passed around, and at some point, you just lose the ability to identify them.
If
Oh,
I can't,
Value Hunter has a video on tips for collectors. Outstanding.
cool.
I'll check, and no red dot on the email yet. Send it to the Q&A. We'll be able to look at there. And besides, we get a whole lot more. I don't know how many people are watching right now. Let's see. 35. There's 35 people up right now.
Don't you guys have
Good.
jobs?
Does nobody have a life? Okay,
Goodness.
I don't. I have no life.
No.
This is what I do. I look at pennies all day. I look at nickels. I look at, what's this thing? Stuff. I look at them. Look. Oh, look at howlers.
Oh,
I
the
make
house.
some videos. Yeah. Yeah, I got another one
I
coming.
got a couple of those howlers. They're nice.
Oh, they're slick. I like the the spiders, the howlers, and probably the bats will be added to my list of favorites. Coin is life. That's right. Dave has a life. It's right here. It's right here on YouTube. Time flies when you have fun. The email I sent you doesn't need to go on the Q&A, just for you to look at. Oh, eye candy. Look, I got a red dot. All right. Oh, there's that name I've seen. Look, go back to the Q&A and try to get back into the group. I saw that name, and I went to go approve, and I hit the wrong button. Yeah, try to get back into that group. Oh, look
Hate
at
it when
that.
that happens.
Ooh. Okay, back in 90, 91, 92, I got my first Whitman album, and I tried to put together a set of shiners, right? 32 was tough. And before 32, it got real tough, but I got the P's and the D's, real nice red ones. S's, just forget it. Now, the 14, ooh, that 34, look at that. That's a Woody. Get a nice 32 over there, too. Well, these are happy coins. Happy little coins. Yeah. Yeah, but a full set of reds. Wow, that 22 plane's seen better days. Let me see if I can open that up. What happened? It's gone. Wow, somebody's in great shape. Look at that 24S. That's sharp. 22, I don't see a mint mark on that. Yeah, we'd have to look at markers. Can't quite make out the second two all that well. Yeah, 25 sharp. Oh, that's a 23. Nice in red. 23 and 23S. Really, they're tough coins to get in high grades with good sharp strikes. Lots of woodies on those dates. Yeah.
We got a new player with coins now.
How's that?
We got a new player with high grade coins.
Pretty much. He's getting there. He's getting there. That 24 looks real nice. Some wood grain on that. 21, yep, great color.
He said the 22 is die pair 3 weak reverse.
Okay. I showed it to you, but he said don't show it. Yeah, I got a weak obverse too. That's normal for so many of the 20s have so much design missing. 26S's. That's a tough one to get with a good reverse.
He said you could show him.
Okay. 27S. I had a bear of a time getting anything better than BF. Okay, here we go. This is what I'm looking at. This is one of the pages from that. Here's a 21S. Let me zoom in because we got some pretty decent looking pieces here. Now, let me open up. Let's tell you what, before I do this, here, you look at that for a minute. I'll open up a couple more pictures because these are delights. There's a lot of pictures here. Okay, open a new tab. Open a new tab. Open a new tab. That's a handsome SVDB. Open a new tab. And we got that one open a new tab already. There we go. So it looks like from the 40s onward, from somewhere in the 30s onward, they're freaking bright red. Okay, that one's upside down, but we can fix that. All right. Now I show all. How about this button? Show in folder. Ooh, and I can click this button. Wait a minute. What if I just click one? There. There. Okay, I got it. We got it. Now I don't have to show you email. So there's a screen. I'm going to shut you down there for a minute there, Blues.
Yes, sir.
Ready? Longiga doubling. No way. All right. Look at this. This is a set of wheats and a dance school album. And oh, that's not it. Okay.
Wow. That was fast.
This is what happens when you get into it. When you go deep, when you decide to make the decision to collect a full set, because this doesn't happen accidentally. It's a conscious decision. But once you make the decision, then it's just a little bit of legwork and a couple $1,000 bucks. All right, here's your reds. These are sharp. Look at this 55S. With the resolution here, these are pretty good quality photos. We can tell if there's blemishes on these. See, here we got the mint markers from the mint sets, the P and the D. Yeah, they make them out of penny planchets. You can find these in circulation every now and again. Stick them in the blank holes. I'm not sure what this is. I think that's the next page. Okay, we don't need to look at those. These are pretty sharp. Yeah, I want to hunt these for varieties. This is what a full set of red Lincolns, red wheats looks like. Some of these are just clean. Look at the 49S. The 47S stands out. The color is so even across this. Yep. Now there's probably plastic here. Yeah, we're looking through a sheet of plastic, the acetate slides. Okay, turn, and then we can take a look. Let's really zoom in. Yeah.
Going on, Jake.
Look at the sharpness on this 46S. That's tasty. Yeah, these are in great shape. This looks like original luster here. PDNS and the steels. Some of these are easy to get. I'm having trouble with 49Ds. I just can't get a really shining set of 49Ds. 42S, better date there. That 41 looks real sharp. See how even the color is across that?
Yeah, that's a nice set.
This is looking real good. This is something to be proud of. Here's your 38s, 37s. Before 35, they start to get difficult. But before 35, you only have to do 2 a year for a while. So that's a help. There we go. So this is 30, 31. 31S would be in the corner here. Yeah, you still got some great reds. And before 32, then the reds really start getting hard and start to go up in value. But the Ps, those are, you can still get those for reasonable prices, you know, 10, 20 bucks. And the Ds are a little bit more. You can get them. A 28, check that one out. That jumps right off. And then check out the quality of these, okay? They're not fully red, but that's AU. 26S has some color to it. That's an XF. 27S, where's that one? Here we go. This is a tough one to get in high grades. At least for me. Maybe you have better luck than I do. Yeah, these are wonderful. This is what a full set looks like. 24D. This looks to be a VF. I can't tell much closer than that. You got some good color in the 24. Where's that 34? Next page. There it is. Check out the color on these. Frank. Where the hell's Frank? Look at this one.
He left.
34 is another good year for Woody's. 34, 41, 21, 23.
God, that 34 is amazing.
That's wonderful. The Depression years are looking great. Oh, check out the 32.
Oh, goodness.
That's incredible toning on that one. Oh, there you go. 30. 30D, 30S. We got a better shot of that 31 here. There you go. That's a tough one to get. All you can do is spend the money, you know.
Goodness.
VF, you can get 60 to 80 bucks. You can get a VF. Just how much contact marks you want to settle for. 29, 28S, 28D. This one looks magnificent. To the Ps, they made so many more of the Ps. And we're losing that page. 28, 24, 58.
I want to see the first page.
Well, we'll get there, baby. Patience. Here we go. Here we go. Here's the second page. Well, the bottom of the first page.
Yeah, you're right, Scent Hoarder. Pictures do not give them justice. That's a beautiful set.
Now. But it's a decision. Oh, check out the 19. You get some dark grain on that one. It's
Yeah.
a conscious decision. This year, I'm going to complete or nearly complete my Lincoln set. And 1940 and before, you need what, 90 different coins. 85 of them are going to be pretty easy. It's those last 5. And I've seen people put together sets, right? And they got beautiful shiners, and then they peter out, and then they, oh my gosh, it's just too much. So the 14D, the 31S, the 09S, the SVDB are beaters. They're old, they're wore out, they're tired. They got no life left to them. And those really are the stars of the show. Yeah, they're the high dollar coins. And that's what makes up 3/4 of the value of the set is those 5 coins. The rest of them, check out the 13S. Great color on that. Where'd that one go I wanted to see? How do I get this back to normal? There we go. 22 plain. Here it is. Here's the top of your 20s. That's your 22 plain. Die 3, you say? Weak reverse.
Yeah, he said die pair in 3.
There you go. There are 4 die pairs for 1922 plain. 2 of them have a weak D. Here's the 23S. This is a tough one in higher grades. Sleeper, yes or no?
23S sleeper.
Yeah. That's one that's they're tough in high grades. They get real pricey real quick, and red is especially tough. The 22D looks real sharp. That's XF plus. 21S, a little soft on the mint mark there. 21, you got some color on there. Okay, let's go to, you ready?
I'm ready.
Page 1. Pay attention. 20S, kind of dark. 20D, got some original luster here and there. Hard to see in the angle. 20, shiner.
Oh my goodness.
19S, wood. Check out the quality on these coins. I don't see anything below VF. Nothing, and only 1 or 2 VF. Those are tough anyway. Check out the 17D. That's an XF. This one is an AU 17S. Red brown 18.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the stuff of legend here. How many people have completed a full set of Lincolns? Not many. Geez, you only got 64,000 SVDBs or something like that, or 60,000, and you got 2 million collectors of Lincolns. And there's probably 20,000 complete sets out there.
That 15S looks nice.
Yeah, it's got some red brown to it. 15D looking sharp. 15 is tight. All right, 14S. I can't quite tell. VF perhaps? 14D. I got ear, I got chin. This is very good, probably fine. And so many of these are just tore up.
Oh, no. Rainbow tone 14.
Yeah. We'll get a little brightness here. Can't quite make them out. But judging from the color and the shadow, they're in better shape. For sure. 12S. Oh, peach. There's $100. 12D with some color. Is that wood grain on the 12D?
I would say so.
Yeah. You get a red brown 12. 11S XF. Oh, these are peaches. Yeah. I mean, you can get a top end 11 for, $10, $15, $20, real sharp. The P's are easy. S's are a bit tough. And when you got good S's, yeah, you're doing great. 1910. I think it's probably one of the easiest early wheats to get in high grade. Here's your 9S. There it is. There it is. There.
Yep.
You know, you go to the trouble of putting together a complete set, crown it. Crown it with glory. I'd say he's done that here. Try the look at the 1909. Look at the color on this. Yeah, these are 64s, 5s. Yeah, crown your set with a masterpiece.
Some more
Pardon?
picks, the key dates.
I didn't hear you.
He said, go to the other picks.
There's other picks.
Yeah. And he's saying he's got about 8K in it.
That's probably about right. I did a spreadsheet here. All right. Here's all your wheats, right? Every date, every grade, about good, good, very good, fine, VF. What does it cost for a full set of wheats in very fine? There's the totals right here. So very fine, $1,800, couple $1,000. You get a complete set. And most of the value is in the top 5 coins. XF, $3,000. AU, $4,800. You start getting into uncirculated brown, yeah, you're at $8,000. But geez, you take a 1909 SVDB in red, say 64 red, $3,000. That one coin can be as much worth as much as the entire rest of the set. But if you want to complete a whole set of Lincolns, at what level? What's your investment? Couple $1,000, you get the best value, you know, the highest grade for the cheapest price. You go up a little bit beyond VF, they start getting pricey. But if you're going to go to the trouble and put together a complete set, man, crown it. Put a star on top of that Christmas tree. And you know, geez, give yourself the reward for, you know, a couple of years of hard work. Yeah, how long did that take to put together, baby? I'll go right here. I'll just leave the pictures up. There it
I'm
is.
going to start calling him my uncle.
Call him Uncle. How long did it take to put that set together? From when you decided, you made a decision to put together a complete set, how long did it take? 12S was $180. The 12D, 63 brown with a little red. 14D is 15. That's about what it looked like. Yep. They start getting pricey real quick.
He said he's been collecting for 2 years. He's 24. Laughing out loud. I worked a lot of overtime, 70, 90-hour weeks.
Yeah. You get a masterpiece there.
Yeah, it's something to be very proud of.
I want to look at that folder and make sure I got them saved. I'd like to show that off on the Q&A. Let me cut that, put it over here where I can find it easily. Put them in a folder here.
Hey, Scent Hoarder, are you working on anything more?
Buffaloes or Mercs? Gotta look there. I got all those photos in a folder where I can find them so I can show them off on Thursday. Yep. That's your baby. Can I send images? Dude, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. No, 3:30. I'm getting thin right now. Can you send them Thursday for the Q&A? Because I'm giving out.
Holy moly, it's 2:30 here.
Jesus, we've been on for 3.5 hours.
Time flies.
Yep. Make the decision to put together a complete set. I don't care what it is, Lincoln's, Yeah, some of them are going to be tough. Some are going to be pricey. Jefferson Nichols, you're looking at $200-300. Really, $200-300. You put aside $20 a week, you can put that complete set together in great shape in 3-4 months, and you've got a milestone under your belt, in your pocket there. It's a wonderful feeling of accomplishment. It's a success story. And if you do one set, you can do another one. No problem at all. Some of them are going to be tough. But, geez, anything is worthwhile takes some effort and time.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, just
email Ken updates you need, and yes, hidden. Yeah, well, send me a email, Ken, updates. I don't know what I need. I think right now all I need for a complete set are SVDB. Now I got a 14D. Do I have a 31S? I don't know if I have a 31S. And I think I can't find my 94D. It's somewhere on the desk. We'll find it. But you can start simple. Just do the moderns, 1959 to date. You can pull that out of pocket change and just upgrade until you have all reds. That's an easy one. Yeah, but hopefully it'll spur you on to go 1 year older. You know, one coin higher in grade, or start in the nickels, or start in the dimes. You can put together a complete set of dimes in pocket change, and they're easy back until 65. Then they start getting really tough. Cheapskate's happy, completed a P&D Kennedy set. There you go. Well, hell, Ken, send me a Facebook message. We have chat before. We have? Okay, man. I've chatted with hundreds of folks. Yeah, I'm getting thin over here, man. I'm going to call it. Geez, just when we got on a really good subject. Yeah, that's a fantastic set. A job well done. Do you keep on upgrading? Because you can. You know, there's no limit until you have the finest of them all. And dude, then what? Well, then you go after varieties. You go after those errors out there. Get the copper, 43s. Get the 82Ds small day in zinc. They're only $20,000. Pretty darn reasonable, I think. Polish up some business strikes and boom, proof set. Rock tumbler. 6 hours, everything's proof. No problem. Yeah, use like the 500 grit powder. They come right up nice.
Set Hoarder, thank you for showing that off. A pleasure to see that.
Always upgrade until your wife leaves. And then you can really upgrade. Yeah. Yeah. That's a handsome collection. The spirit of the hobby is put together the best you can, right? $8,000 for a lot of people, that's chump change. For other people, that's more money they ever heard of. That's okay. Mm-hmm. Most of those coins can be had for, $10, $20. If you put away $20 a week, you'd have a pretty darn fantastic collection in a couple of years. $20 a month. Okay, you can still have a collection. Might not be as nice. You might be missing a few more. And still, it'd be pretty sharp in a couple of years. It's just those crowns, just the cream of the crop, those 5 last dates that get tough. Yep. But why not give yourself a boost and take the plunge? Because it doesn't happen by accident. Just make sure you marry a fellow collector. That way, every upgrade is just enough. Baby, look, I got you a 14D. I got a place to put it right over here in my Dansko. I'll save it here for you.
That's like me buying my sister's tools, but she knows how to use them.
Look, I got you an air compressor, 7 horse, the big tank, the corner shop model. Yep. Look, baby, I got you a diesel transmission. Happy anniversary.
I'll get out of the bathtub tomorrow.
It says I gotta go now. Later, Blues. Later, Ken. Later, Scent Hoarder. Later, everybody.
Later,
Yeah, I'm
Eden.
gonna take off.
Yep, I'm done too. It's 2:30.
Well, thanks for stopping in, and if all you folks over there in chat land.
All right, Ken. Always a pleasure.
Yep. I'm gonna press this here button.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Stream.